joke list isn't a little short.
You know what? That's a great starting point for this podcast. Thank you for...
With an awkward pause, we're going to start the podcast
No,
with
it's going to be an awkward pause followed by a quip about my height.
Hey, guys.
One person voted for that. There's at least one person that still thinks that's the best.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
podcast, video games.
Podcast, video games.
The short joke's not funny anymore, though. It was funny with me, David, and Travis because we were all tall.
Yes.
Now it's just stupid.
Thank you, Brad. That's the first time you've spoken since about that joke ever.
What?
Everybody's something. I can't start this podcast. I don't even know how.
Okay, wait.
You gonna fart? Don't just say wait and don't do anything. We don't need awkward silence anymore.
Hey, guys. Welcome to 4Player Podcast Weekly Top 5 Video Game Podcast that we did for like 3 weeks.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go with that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to 4Player Podcast. My name is Nick Henderson. I'm joined by Brad Simons,
Yes.
Nolan Hedstrom,
Present.
and Christopher Guthridge,
Hey.
commonly known as Crispy. And,
Uncommonly known as our Lord and Savior.
no, that's our Lord and Savior.
That's blasphemy.
Joey the Fat One.
Joey the Fat One is our Lord and Savior. First of all, this is episode 407. It's April
14th?
14th,
Yeah,
2015. Thank
Is it
you.
14th?
Guys, prepare yourselves. I go to Disney World in 16 days
Whoa,
Why
I'm
are
so
we
excited.
preparing ourselves?
because
So excited
I
for you.
can't contain all my excitement. I need y'all's help.
All right, we should do something to Nick's apartment while he's gone.
No,
You gonna ride the teacups?
Shit on
fuck.
this
That's like the
pillow.
only ride I can probably ride.
Seriously?
Because he's so short.
You're not gonna ride like the Haunted Mansion?
No, I'm doing the Tower of Terror.
Dude,
in fact, I'm
are
gonna.
you're gonna do it?
Yeah, we already have the spot
were
reserved for the
were
Tower
you-
of Terror.
Were you not gonna do it?
Dude, I don't do roller coasters.
It's not a fucking roller coaster. It goes up and
That's
down.
what Emily keeps saying.
It goes
It's
up
not a
and goes
roller
down.
coaster. It's literally a box that goes up and down. That's all it is.
Rod Serling talks to you for a little while.
Yeah, he does.
That's creepy.
It doesn't just go
Would
up
it be
and down,
fun to
goes-
take the GoPro into the Tower
Yeah, that's what I was
of Terror?
gonna say. You should take the GoPro with you.
Oh, I'm
It could
taking the
be.
GoPro.
It's kinda
with me.
dark.
It's mostly
but-
just dark, though.
Well, once you get
It's
in
a dark
the
ride.
We're gonna take the GoPro with us to Disney World regardless.
No, what you need to take the GoPro on is the Rock and Roller Coaster.
yes, that's what I was gonna say. The rock and roller coaster.
That one's
Is that the
great.
one with fucking Aerosmith?
Yeah.
I have no interest.
Dude, it goes like from 0
hate
to
roller
70
coasters
in
and I
like
hate
2
Aerosmith.
seconds.
Wait,
I don't
what caused you to form both of those opinions? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you have to be like an avid fan of either of those things, but they're so
Okay,
innocuous.
okay,
They're so
fine.
unoffensive.
Let
Like,
me repeal my hate for Aerosmith. I am not an avid fan of Aerosmith, and I hate roller coasters.
It's not a roller coaster. You're in like a car. Kind of.
Do you know what's exciting
Then
about roller
maybe I can do
coasters?
that.
People die. Dude, there's a website
Why are you
called
telling
Ride
this to Nick?
Accidents where it's like all the injuries and deaths from like roller coasters all over the world.
But
And-
a lot of them are like dumb. Like the guy's like, my hat fell off, so I got back into the enclosure and picked up my hat. And when I stood up, the roller coaster came around and knocked my head off.
Actually, mostly
he didn't say that because he was dead.
Did you say that?
it's mostly
His-
just
his
really
severed
bad
head.
injuries from
Severed.
little kids' bouncy houses that blow away.
what? Really?
That's most of the
Like
time.
a gust knocks over
No,
a bouncy
you've never
house
seen that?
and-
It's like 14 kids injured. Yeah.
There was a period of time, like
Oh
sometime
my
last
God.
year, for like 2 or 3 months, where I swear to God, I saw no less than 3 or 4 separate cases on
Yeah.
like news sites reporting kids being injured because a bouncy castle
Well, then
flies
parents
into the
didn't
air.
secure it properly.
Exactly.
Have you seen the one video where there's like a giant? It's like a bouncy slide thing, so it's huge on a beach.
Yeah,
and it's like
those things
rolling.
are dangerous,
Have you
too.
seen that one? But then they lay over Katamari Damacy. So it's rolling. It's like na 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 na. It's fucking
all the
perfect.
kids start
because it's
laughing.
it's all colorful and stuff, and people are like running from it.
Yeah.
It's good.
That
But
Oh my
is
God.
funny.
yes, you go to Epcot, and there's like a space exploration
We are-
ride.
we are
thing
doing that.
with Gary Sinise.
Yeah,
And you get to be
Mission
like
Space?
yeah, Mission
I've seen-
Space.
I've done that.
Yeah,
Shit's
that's good.
Make sure you go on the intense one.
Wait,
Keep
are you
that
going
on
to do
that.
the thing where you try to get a drink at each country at Epcot?
Yes, we will be.
That's like impossible. There's a lot of countries at Epcot.
What is it like drinking around the world? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
We're definitely that'll be one of our
You'll get
night
to-
festivities.
You'll get 3 countries in and be
Yeah.
like,
I'm
ugh.
done. I'm done,
You're gonna have a bad night.
It's also super expensive.
Oh God, yeah.
dude. I'm already.
and you're
going
probably
to Disney
gonna
World.
miss the
It's already
fireworks.
expensive.
Oh yeah, they
Oh
have like
well,
shows
dude,
and
we're
stuff.
having the first night we're there. We're having a nice romantic dinner
You're going
at the
to-
castle.
You're going to Disney World, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Disney World is the world's largest consumer of pyrotechnics
Oh, I know.
in the world.
Trust me.
Because
And
they shoot many fireworks off every night. It's great.
Yeah, the first night there, we're having dinner at the castle, which is $150 for the reservation.
Jesus.
What
It's
are we
ridiculous.
talking about?
Hey, we're
Video
talking about
games.
Disney World. We don't have any video games to talk about this week.
I guess that's kind of true.
We could talk about.
I
our
watched Star
Patreon
Wars
real
this
quick.
past weekend.
Oh, we're gonna start there. Okay.
It was just good because, like, dude, I
Wait,
I didn't get into
wait,
an argument with Malia, but she was like, I am not watching those movies. I'll watch the new one, but I am not watching the old ones. And I'm like, come on, just watch the original 3. Those are good. I won't make you watch, like, the shitty ones. And she's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to. They're boring. I watched a little bit of A New Hope and, like, film class, and no. And I'm like, you're being unreasonable. I watched all the Twilight movies. Whatever, right? But the thing is, you know, when she's fucking like being stubborn about it, you know, it's just whatever, right? But here's the thing. We found a loophole, right? Like when
In your own
Jurassic
rule.
Park came out to theaters, she was like, I don't want to watch that. I'm like, fine, whatever. But my little brother gave her the movie for Christmas, and she said she said felt so guilty that she hadn't watched it yet. Every time, you know, we hung out with my little brother,
ask
that
about
she
it?
eventually just had to watch it, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get
So we went to my parents for the weekend, and my dad was like, I didn't plan this. But he just bought the new digital version. It's like, y'all ready to watch some Star Wars? Because he has like this whole
She's
media
trapped.
room now, and he's all excited about watching movies and shit every time we come over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. So we watched A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, one after the other, and she said she would never watch it, but she had to because
Wait, did she like
wanted-
it?
No, she didn't like it.
Oh God. Hey, Ed says my first date with my girlfriend was the first Twilight movie.
I'm
That's
sorry.
impressive.
How'd that work out?
Well, he's still with his girlfriend, so I suppose that's that speaks to it. But yeah,
Now I just have to convince her to watch Return of the Jedi, which she's being a little bullish about. She's not going to watch, but she has to. She watched 2 of them.
Yeah, she got to finish it.
Yeah,
she has to. I mean,
Especially she can't watch 4 or 5, skip 6, and then watch 7.
yeah, exactly.
That's just
And you got to watch some terrible scenes from the newer trilogy just to see how bad it was.
so here's the question: let's say this new Star Wars movie trilogy comes out and it's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
We can officially just say episodes 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and make that the new like Star Wars saga, right? You can just, at that point we can officially just completely ignore episodes 1 through 3, right?
I already ignore episodes 1.
I mean, we already do. We all know they kind of exist, and it kind of taints the
Yeah.
quality of 4,
You know,
5, and 6
it
a little
really
bit.
does. See, I had this conversation with her. It's like, you don't get. She's like, you never talk about Star Wars. You're not like this big Star Wars guy. And I'm like, you don't understand. There was a time in my life. Every kid grew up with that. It was the greatest thing in the world. Then these new movies came out,
and everyone blew their minds when it was coming out.
Okay,
You
when it
were
was coming
so-
out, sure,
You were
but-
so excited for the first episode.
Exactly. And that's what I explained. And I'm saying, like, that's why we don't talk about it anymore, because there's just as much crappy Star Wars as there is good Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it was so long ago, it's not cool anymore. And I tried to make this comparison. It's kind of like the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbits movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's harder to look back on the original trilogy with reverence because of the shitty Hobbit movies. And it's like that times 11 with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like my whole thing is, it's not the first 3 Star Wars movies aren't bad. It's that George Lucas is a fucking horrible director when he has all of the power he wants.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
I mean, because
He's a bad
if you
man.
look at like his original plans for Star Wars, it would have been ridiculous if he had gotten his way. But there were people who he didn't have the power back then, so they're like, no, and he was like, okay, and now they're like, oh,
didn't
George
have the
Lucas is
power.
great, and you can do whatever you want, and he fucking comes up with Jar Jar Binks.
Why,
Also-
why'd you bring that up? Nolan?
Last thing. She had no idea. She's seen like Yoda in pop culture, like pictures of him.
Yeah.
But she had no idea. Like when Yoda came on screen, she's like, "This is ridiculous. Why is he so silly?" She had no idea that Yoda was this silly old man.
Like Jim Henson
yeah,
character?
yeah, exactly. And then I remembered episode 2 Yoda, and I just got sad.
Oh God, right?
When you fought
That was so cool when he was flipping around
Count
with a
Dooku?
Count
lightsaber.
Dooku, thank you.
Fucking Dooku.
Oh my
I'm
god.
about to whip out a Dooku.
So video games. Everyone's still playing Bloodborne?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, guys.
Yes.
That Daredevil binge kind of wore me out. I haven't done anything really.
That was draining. It
I
was
really
exhausting.
haven't. I really haven't done anything video games.
Wait,
related
is
this
that
week.
right?
I'm still.
Why
in
is
this-
that cutting off Sub-Zero's head? I mean, Scorpion's head.
It's just the overlay.
Okay,
It'll go
Calm
away in a
down,
second.
killer.
Don't worry, it'll go away in a second. Wait, what is this? That's the wrong overlay, Chris
Bloodborne
Davis.
sold 1 million copies. Well,
Hey,
that's
hey, you know, in the news, guys, Bloodborne
Hey.
sold 1 million
Nice.
that's
copies.
exciting.
Good job,
I'm glad.
Bloodborne. Way
Good
to
job,
go.
Bloodborne.
I guess that covers that.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, apparently it didn't. Apparently it didn't. It's just Bloodborne.
We'll come back to that
We're
later.
just gonna talk about Bloodborne. now.
I've been playing a bunch of it. Y'all.
Yeah, totally.
Everyone's already farther. Well, everyone's always been farther than me.
Everyone's saying that this game is actually a lot shorter than the Souls games, and that half the game is optional content,
A lot of the game is optional content. Yes.
which is crazy to me. I mean, I've been doing all the
Yeah.
optional stuff, but
I mean, there's honestly only like 5 or 6 bosses you have to do, but I think there's like 17 bosses total.
Yeah, like
And I want to see all of them.
I'm
Are you
not
kidding
Oh,
me?
same here. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not even done yet, and from what I've pieced together from other people playing, I think I've already like locked myself out of like a couple bosses that
that's
I can't go
possible.
play. Like I'm just like,
Yeah,
like
so,
I didn't even know that was a
there's a
thing.
boss that is a turning point for the game.
Yeah.
Once you defeat it, literally the game changes, and some stuff you can't go back to.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of those, aren't there?
Because
There's one major one.
There's 2 different bosses that like change the progression of night.
Yeah.
maybe.
So like you go from like dusk to night after you beat.
Oh, okay.
The
yeah,
Vicar.
yeah, yeah.
There's
then there's
Blackheart
a
in chat
later-
says 30 bosses total.
What? Fuck you.
I think ROM is the
There's
big
not
change.
30 bosses.
Is he counting all the hunters?
Well, there's also a lot of Chalice dungeon.
Yeah, he might be. If he's talking about
Oh,
Chalice
yeah.
dungeon bosses, then yes. But once
Hunters-
again, those are completely optional, and they don't explain them very well. But yeah, Chalice dungeons are you find a few chalices throughout the game through main story progress, and you can go into those Chalice dungeons.
Still
and
haven't
then,
done one.
Dude, like they get pretty fucking crazy. And yes, there are a bunch of unique bosses in the Chalice dungeons that you will never fight in the game. Like I fought this one guy with Ed, and Ed, myself, and Shy were doing this one because this boss was ridiculous. He does like a fucking Bruce Lee punch, like he just kind of winds his fist back and goes whoopah, and it just kills you. Just
Like
one
a
hit.
Like Mass Scout.
6-inch death punch.
Yep, and it just kills you.
There's,
it's ridiculous.
I think the hunters are harder than.
Dude, the hunters are
Bosses in those
ridiculous.
games.
It's because the problem is
The one with the
hunters
draining
are
sword?
Yeah, hunters are NPCs, so they have no stamina limits and they have no ammo limits. There's that one guy who just keeps constantly fucking shooting at you with his goddamn gun and he won't stop.
And their guns do so much damage.
You right? So your gun can do that much damage, but you have to obviously spec yourself to do that. And thankfully, this game gives you the ability to respec. So if you don't like what you're doing, you can completely change.
So no.
Sarcasm.
So remember all my frustrations from last week? Even though I've played like way more of this game, like they still stand.
Oh, of course.
Like it's so frustrating how for the past 20 plus hours I've been using the same sword.
Yeah.
Just because like everything is so balanced in this game, just across the fucking board. There's no like weapon that's just so much better than anything else. There's no piece of armor that's just so much better than anything else. Yeah. Everything is across the board. So of course I'm still using the same sword because I have a lot of strength and I have a lot of skill, so my Ludwig sword is pretty much the best thing I'm gonna get.
So in that regard,
So frustrating.
yes, I agree with you. All the weapons are very samey in terms of power. Where they differ is their style of combat.
Yeah, sure, but I feel like they're all designed for like kind of different specs, and since you can't respec,
And so
I
yes,
can't use this
so
weapon.
yes, that's what I wanted to get to. That's my point. My problem is this game has a lot of different weapons. That's fantastic. They have different styles of fighting. There's a lot of different guns that are different styles that are different. But the problem is you pick up some of these weapons after playing the game for 20 hours and you've already spec'd your way down one line. You can't change. They don't give you the option to respec like they did in previous games. So you can't be like, oh, I found this weapon. I really want to go down this path. Like I'd be fine if you could only respec once or twice. You know what I'm saying? If they put a really big limit on how many times you could respec, I'd be fine with that.
I don't think that's like as big a deal here as it has been in past Souls games, though.
But
because I've never like picked up any weapon I've found in the world. Like I just got one the other day, the one in Canehurst, the sword.
Yeah.
The Raten Splacker, whatever it's called.
Turns into a gun.
Yeah,
I can't use that.
I took it back to the Hunter's Dream. I put a bunch of bloodstone shards into it, and like it's now as good as anything else.
But see,
have.
I can't use that at all
Why?
because you have to have a bunch of points into Blood Tinge to be able to use it.
No, you don't.
You do.
You have to have like 10, which is like 2 higher than most of the starting class.
You have to have 18.
18 for that weapon.
18.
18 blood.
I have
No, you don't.
7.
I do not have 18 blood
There's
tinge,
one
and I'm
weapon.
using
I
that
think you're
weapon.
thinking of there's a gun that you need 18.
There's
Well,
like the
it's definitely
cannon
not a
requires
gun.
like 30 strength, which I guess if you're not
30
putting
strength.
anything in strength.
I will say that I regret not putting a bunch of points into Blood Tinge because it locks you out of a lot of interesting guns, and it locks you out of a lot of weapons that have, good Blood Tinge scaling because they have like gun aspects to them.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the more unique aspects of this game.
Are there more than the 2?
Well, okay, there's not a lot of anything in this game,
Okay.
to be fair. But I'm just so frustrated that I can't find a weapon that's better than the one I've been using for the past
Evelyn
20.
gun,
Yeah.
that's what you need 18
Yeah.
for.
I can't find a weapon that's better than the one I've been using for the past 20 hours just because of the way I'm spec'd, and there's nothing I can do about that.
I disagree. You can always like just go pump more points.
No, I think it's a legitimate frustration because two things. Now, you've already gone down one path, and maybe you prefer this weapon over that one. So almost a bunch of the levels you put in are now useless because you won't be using that anymore. So you have to gain a whole lot more souls, more than you did in the past, because every soul level you
Yeah.
need, or more blood echoes to
there
use this
are-
new weapon. And now also this new weapon, you have to now spend a whole lot of time pumping that up with whatever, like the blood stuff, the blood rocks, and all that shit.
Bloodstone shards.
And so I honestly I don't know why they, in a game where they simplified it, they made things easier. I don't know why they took out the ability to respec, because I think that's the that's the ultimate. Let me try this again.
That's what I'm saying, because I don't think you need a respec. By the time you get to like level 60, like you can use.
I
pretty
need
much
a
anything.
respec.
Yeah, I do too.
I
I could do
need a
anything I
respec
wanted
to-
in
to
Dark
do
Souls
what I
2
wanna
because
do.
you can respec. There are some weapons I can't use.
I think you guys are looking into the stats like a little too much.
No, I'm telling you,
Like-
there is stuff I can't use, or like it would be completely ineffective. Like
That's the
something
problem.
like that's a real issue.
I mean,
I don't
want
want to use something.
some weapons that you're like blocked out of because you don't meet one requirement. But like I said, you can always
There-
just
there-
level that up.
It's similar to Dark Souls in the sense that you can use a weapon if you dual hand it. That way you have more strength, so you can but you're still handicapped. There are certain weapons that yes, I do meet the minimum requirements, but because I'm not high enough in a certain blood tinge or something, I'm not effective with that weapon.
Yeah, it's just
Whereas if I
useless.
were to respec, I'd be more effective. Chai, with using the same weapon I was using, when he does a visceral attack, he does like 2,000 damage because he has way more points into skill than I do. So
Yeah.
when I do a visceral attack, I do like 1,200. We're like almost the same level, but since he put more points into skill than I did, he does more damage in that. And I'm like, well, and now that I know that, I wish I would have known skill affected that. I wish I could respec so I could put more points into skill.
Yeah, it's not that I can't use these other weapons. It's just that I would be a crazy person in a very challenging game to use a weapon that's way worse than this other one because it fits the requirements that it fits the scaling that I've been using, and that's frustrating. Maybe I'm being a little min-maxy, but this game is tough. I'm not going to use a weapon that's way less effective than this fucking Ludwig sword,
I
which
just
goddamn
don't
it,
know. I don't know how you guys have gotten to that point where you've got like one weapon that's
Well,
way
when you
better
get to
than the
higher
others.
levels, like it is not
I mean-
a trivial matter to just pump the hell out of my blood.
Well,
tinge.
what are you saying at like higher levels?
I'm 106.
I'm like
Okay.
80.
Maybe by
Or
the time
70.
you get to 100, sure, maybe you've like
Yeah.
locked in, but like even by 60, I feel like you still have a lot of wiggle
But
room.
I'm saying, like if my strength is 35,
Yeah.
so I'm going to use a strength weapon because my blood tinge is 6, and I could grind out 4 levels and make it 10 so I can use a weapon, but that weapon's going to be shit compared to the weapon that scales with strength. So I'm stuck using strength weapons. But even so, I found this fucking wheel which looks fucking cool and screams like Nick music, and that's great, but it does.
Really?
Yeah.
I think there'll be a clip coming. But like it's
Oh, great! I can't wait for that one.
But it scales with strength and arcane, and I have no arcane. And so the weapon I have, which scales with strength and skill, is just fucking better. And there's not a lot of weapons that scale like that. So I'm just using the fucking sword all the time.
Here's a question: when you go into New Game Plus, do you carry over your weapons but reset
Yes.
your level?
No, everything stays the same.
Oh.
The only thing you lose when you go into
I was
New
about
Game
to say,
Plus
maybe you could
are
spec your
like
character a
story
second time
progression
around.
items.
I was gonna say maybe you could spec
No.
your character second time around.
There's
and use
no
different
way to
weapons.
respec unless you start a new game.
I do think, I mean, we've made our peace. There's not much we can do about it. I just hope and fucking pray that the respec comes back.
I think in the Dark Souls series, it definitely will. If Bloodborne continues, I don't know. Hopefully they do include it.
We've said 100 times, I feel like Bloodborne is going more down a path where they're trying to appeal to the people that Dark Souls.
Well, that's my problem though. Is I think not letting you respec is more difficult for people who aren't as into the Souls series, because you don't have the knowledge going in that, oh, maybe I should not level up so fast until I find these weapons or whatever, or maybe you're not gonna have the desire to replay the game with a different, going into a different skill series, maybe instead, because at the beginning of the game I found nothing that used arcane or blood tinge. I had my one gun and that's it. And now where I'm at in the game, I have all of these things, like the small taunterus or whatever. It's a weapon that you slam on the ground and it sends out a bunch of shit, but I can't use it because I'm not spec'd to use it. I literally can't.
You have to have a lot
now.
of arcane.
Yeah, you have to have like 25 arcane. And right now I have 20 arcane and I'm 106. I'm not gonna.
I've been trying to level up my character and kind of keep him more balanced.
So that's
just
a problem.
Gonna hurt you.
Yeah, you can't.
Well,
balance.
I mean, it's not completely balanced. My strength, skill, and stamina or endurance, whatever, is up.
Well, yeah,
is like level 21 or 22 and like that, and everything else is like 10, 11.
We're just talking about like strength, skill, blood tinge, and arcane, which are the modified damage. But I mean, the no respec thing. The people who don't care are the people who play through the game 9 fucking times, because every fucking time they play it, they can just do a different build. It's the casual players that I thought, or the newer players,
the people who know they're going in are only going to play it once.
Who I thought Bloodborne was trying to appeal more to, that get punished by it because they're probably only going to play the game once, maybe twice.
Well, I mean, it's either neither here nor there.
I still don't see it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let's
We
move
can't
on.
do anything about it. It's not in the game. It sucks for the people who wish it was there.
But I don't know. I haven't made any progress in this game since last
So I
week.
mean, I did play several Chalice dungeons, and they definitely increase in difficulty. Like I haven't even, the most difficult one I think I've done is like a level 3 out of 5. There's like a 5 difficulty level, and I've done, the hardest one is a level 3. And so the Chalice dungeons are just, so they're not randomly generated, because there's a bunch of set dungeons that are the same. They're always going to be the same. They'll have the same items and whatever. But then there's a root version. And when you get a root version, that is randomly generated. You could get potentially really high level weapons, like uncanny versions of weapons. You can find like blood rocks and shit. There's only one blood rock in the whole game. And this whole, to level your weapon from 9 to 10, you need a blood rock. There's only one in the entire game. There's only one.
Dumb.
You can get more from Chalice dungeons, but they're random. You don't know when you're going to get one, if you're going to get one, or you replay the game in New Game Plus, and you can then have 2. So I mean, that's one thing. But I had a lot of fun in the Chalice dungeons. I multiplayer co-opted some of them with Chai and Ed. Just for fun, because I mean, like, I'm not as serious about the Chalice dungeons. I did a bunch by myself. But one of the most frustrating things is just interactivity and like how their networking works. It is so frustrating. Like we go in there and we Google it just so we can make sure we're doing it right. So you have to set your network to worldwide and put a password, because that makes it easier to connect. And we're within the level range, and literally there would be times where it would take 10 minutes for us to connect to each other. And I just don't understand why in 2015, when there are games like The Last of Us where I want to play with Jaeger, I say connect to Jaeger, I'm there, I'm with Jaeger, that's it. But in this, it takes like 10 minutes to connect to each other sometimes.
I've heard the online stuff in general is
we're
really,
in
really
the
bad.
same room, and I can see the fucking ghost of him. You can see ghosts of people in the world. I can see his ghost. And I'm like, is that you? He's like, yeah, that's me. And we're fucking, but the game won't connect us. And that is so frustrating. We spent, a conservative estimate would be an hour of our playtime last night was trying to connect to each other. And that's a conservative estimate. Like, it's just so frustrating, because you have to, like, there's just, especially...
You guys have been doing the thing? Like, the whole process?
Oh, yeah. Like, we looked at the process online. The best way to connect is make sure you're close to each other in the world. The person who has to ring the small resonant bell first, and as soon as the prompt comes up, then the person rings the beckoning bell.
With your password?
Yeah, with the password the same.
It's just overly complicated.
It's complicated, and it doesn't work. And honestly, I think the soapstone system from previous games worked so much better.
I see. Oh my god. haven't agreed with any of this.
Really?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been doing that method on Reddit since me and my roommate started playing,
Okay.
and every time it's 10 seconds.
So there was
Every
the
fucking
first
time.
time Chai and I played. As soon as we started doing that, it was 10 seconds.
The only
But-
time it isn't is if like one of us gets knocked out and we have to start the whole thing again. That kind of sucks because somebody's spending insight to do it.
Well, yeah, she spent insight, but my other logic is why can't, if you just play with them, how come I can't find them again? You just played with each other. How come I can't reconnect you quickly? And also, the covenant system is frustrating.
I think it's because they spend so much time trying
I've
to.
never seen a
They
single
spend so much
covenant
time in this game or so much effort trying to make everything that you do connect with the lore of the game,
Yeah.
which
So-
it's cool, but it can get it's definitely going to add frustration when so many other games are just literally like pick a person and connect and go.
Yes. So there are covenants in this game like there were in previous games. If you're in opposite covenants, it won't connect you at all. At all. You have to be in the same covenant to connect to each other. And that's I don't understand why it
I heard the
forces-
covenant
That's kinda
system in general seems like a step back for the series.
compared to Dark Souls 2.
I've seen like one, I think.
There's to my knowledge, I think there's 3 in the game. But
Jesus, I haven't even seen.
right?
I forgot there were supposed to be
Exactly.
covenants.
But I do now switch. Once you're in covenants, switching them is so much easier because to switch covenants, it's runes. You have when you go to your runes, you have 4 slots. That fourth one is a covenant rune slot.
Okay.
And when you join a covenant, you get their
Yeah,
rune.
I guess I found 2.
Yeah, so it's so much
there's
easier to
3.
switch covenants. But the other frustrating thing is the chalice dungeons are just like the main game, that when you beat a boss, you get kicked out of your world and you have to kind of switch back and forth and take turns beating. And the problem is you get kicked back into your world and then, I want to join you now, but then we have to wait another like 5-10 minutes sometimes to connect to each other.
Some of the stuff was such a step forward in Dark Souls 2. It seems like Bloodborne, like Team A or whatever you want to call it, was making Bloodborne and Team B was making Dark Souls 2, and like it's like they didn't communicate with each other much. So it's like they
wouldn't be
made
surprised.
Bloodborne independent of anything that was going on in Dark Souls 2.
They might have.
Which
I mean, it's definitely possible.
I
because
don't know, man.
it
I
doesn't
really-
have some of those improvements.
I like the bell system specifically because playing Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, there would be so many times where like I would go into an area where I'm like, I can't fucking beat this boss, I need help. And I'd go to like every logical place I would think people would lay down summon signs, and I just don't see any. And it's just like, that's such a helpless feeling. It's like, well, I could wait here all night and see if maybe one pops up. At least with the bells, you can like turn on a thing that's
Yeah,
like,
no,
hey,
I see-
I'm here.
I see what you're saying.
And I can just go
understand.
move around. Like even if you're doing the fucking the small resonance spell to get summoned, like you don't have to
You don't have to
worry
stay
about
there, yeah,
you
you
don't
can-
have to worry about like, where am I going to put my sign to make sure somebody sees it. And every fucking time I would go try to summon people, especially in 2, the first like 3 signs I touched would immediately just be like, this sign disappeared.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like as
I
soon
know-
as
I
you
know what
see
you're
one,
saying.
you just have to fucking
So
bolt
the,
for
the the problem right now is that's happening. It's just happening on the back end. Like you
Yeah.
don't see it happening. But my other thing with the small resonance bell is you can ring it and then you get pulled into someone else's world. But you could be pulled right in like a middle of a bunch of enemies if they hadn't killed them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
because
ran
it always
farther.
puts you exactly like
Exactly
where
where
you're
you're
standing.
standing,
Yeah, that can be a little
But
bit of a pain.
I'm not saying Bloodborne's
I just-
bad. I
no, I
definitely
know.
love
It's
the
a great game.
I
Spent a lot of time
great
talking
fucking
negative
video
when you
game.
say like the like when you were talking about how like you play Last of Us and like you can go into a lobby and like Jaeger's playing, I can just connect to him and play with him in the lobby.
Jaeger.
You know, there's something about, I don't know, man. Like this game takes things that should be menu functions and just puts them in, like makes it an item and hands it to you
Oh,
in the
yeah.
game world and says, here, use that.
Yeah.
Like there's something so fucking cool about that like I don't really care that it's a little finicky. Like that idea is so, I would rather not lose that.
I'm not saying I want
You know?
lobbies. I don't want lobbies.
No, I know, but it's just the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna play Bloodborne. Let me open up my menu. Oh, 6 other people are playing. Connect. Like that. I know that's really simple and that's really easy and that's the way every fucking game should be. But like, this is different and I like it. I think that's a cool idea. I think there's a bit of thought behind it. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm fucking
there's
crazy.
definitely
like-
thought behind it. And
I,
it's a good.
I totally agree with you, but
I-
it just means they may have some more work to do before they they find that sweet spot.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like the system. I don't like the network connectivity.
Like
Yeah.
the idea.
Which
That's
has
what I
been
don't
which has
like.
been an issue since day one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Um,
Another issue is if anybody out there is listening and you might be having, if you're trying to connect to someone and it's just not working, if you booted your system up from rest, it won't. you have to like restart the game or the system.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I don't
it
do
won't
rest
work
mode.
That
at
rest
all.
mode seems to be causing some problems.
Well, so the
with this
problem
game.
is, I think they developed the game before rest mode
Well,
was
yeah,
a
rest
thing.
mode's like only like a month old.
Yeah,
It's
so the problem is apparently
like 2
that just
weeks.
messes up their network issues.
Well, since we were talking about Bloodborne and you already saw the overlay, I was going to bring it up during the news segment, but I was going to bring up, obviously, that Bloodborne sold 1 million copies, which is great, especially since it's a new IP. But perhaps more importantly, there's a patch coming this month that's going to shorten the load times.
That'd be lovely.
And they're looking at fixing some of the net connectivity.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Which is exciting, especially since I'm so far behind and I'll still be playing the game when that happens.
Yeah.
But let's move on to something else. We've talked about Bloodborne a lot, but obviously, we spent a lot of time maybe focusing on the negative stuff this week, but the game is fucking
Well,
great.
so the only problem is a lot of the times when I try and the positive things are kind of spoilery.
Yeah.
And so I try and avoid the positive things, and we've always had
Let's
this.
be honest, we sucked his dick the last 2 weeks.
Positive thing is the experience,
I mean-
you know?
I complain about it, but I don't regret that 80 hour, however long I've spent with this game. I don't regret a minute of it.
God.
It's just one of those things where we talked about it before. When you love a game so much, it's easy to see the flaws in it.
Yeah.
And when you love a series so
Yes,
much, it's
exactly.
easy to see, you know.
if they take even the smallest step back, it's frustrating.
It sucks because I'm moving so slow through this game, and I got my copy of Dark Souls, and I want to play that. Especially just because I want to. It's the
Dark Souls 2 is going to be rough. You got the PS4
They
version?
made it
I
more
got the
difficult.
PS4
It's
version.
more
it's
difficult.
it's gonna be rough. But
Those
the same,
games are just hard.
And then I was watching Jaeger stream it. Oh my god, sprinting! Like you sprint so much farther in Bloodborne than you do in Dark
yeah,
Souls.
and rolling and
It's ridiculous.
stuff. Like, stamina is so much more forgiving.
oh
in
yeah,
this.
stamina is much
You
more
don't have to worry
forgiving in
about
this
weight.
game. Yeah. Brad, did you want to touch on that boss run at all?
That boss?
Yeah.
without
No,
spoiling any
I don't
bosses.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Just the nature of glitched bosses and whatnot. And
Wait, which one?
A boss glitched out on him.
I was informed that it glitched after I. Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
That's- yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. It just goes back to my opinions of the community.
Oh,
Of-
one of those you didn't
Of Dark
earn
Souls?
it kind of
Didn't do it
arguments.
right. You weren't naked and dual wielding.
you weren't playing with a guitar.
You weren't
controller.
naked. You weren't naked and dual wielding. That's funny. All right, let's talk about another game. Let's switch it up here. We've talked about Bloodborne a lot, so let's talk about the new release this week. I'm excited. We played this before the podcast this week. This is Mortal Kombat X. Anyone here play? We've all played the last Mortal Kombat that came out.
I played a
right?
bunch of it.
No,
I mean, if I played it here, maybe like, did we do some sort of new release Tuesday?
I don't fucking remember.
If we did, then maybe. But otherwise, no. I don't play Mortal Kombat
God.
games.
No,
No, I played a bunch of Mortal Kombat 9 and a bunch of Injustice too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I played Injustice. Those are similar games.
They are similar.
Pretty similar.
But so we played Mortal Kombat X. Came out today.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that. I like that fun mode.
yeah,
What is that one? Test your luck.
Is it really called
Test your
fun
luck.
mode? or
It's
you
called
just-
Test Your Luck.
It's called
Test
Test
your
Your
luck.
Luck.
Yeah.
So before we get into that,
Okay.
I just want to. So this is Mortal Kombat is a series. I'm not a fighting game fan. I don't play fighting games. I'm not a professional.
I think the only
fighter-
person
fighting-
here is Brad, who used to play a lot of fighting
and
games.
the games that he played were more like Tekken and
Yeah.
Street
Oh,
Fighter
yeah.
and whatnot,
Just
right?
Tekken.
But
you know,
he
not
used to
Western
play a lot
fighting
of a
games.
fighting.
I mean, Mortal Kombat has always been more about just kind of the button mashy. Yeah, I don't know the best way to describe it. It's always been a little bit more about the insanity of it all, and not really caring so much about necessarily the intricacies of the combat system and all that stuff. And which is Mortal Kombat even played at like Evo? I'm not even
it
sure.
is. Well,
Which version do they play? Is it the
Well, Mortal Kombat 9 was played for a while, and I think maybe Injustice 1 year. I don't think maybe in the past couple years necessarily, but I know that since 9 came out, that the series has started to gain a lot of respect back. Like,
yeah, 9 was fantastic,
yeah, and
man.
apparently the fighting game community likes this one too. So yeah.
From what I'm, kind of what I've gathered so far is this one, like 9 was like a really great return to form for that franchise, especially after the ones that came before 9 were on. What was the one that came before 9? Last
DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one
Forgot
was
about
kind
that.
of that one, and before that was
That one was well received as well. That's sort of when things
No, it was well received,
start to
but
turn around for NetherRealm.
it was well
It was such a
received.
fucking weird game.
Yeah.
It was well received, but not in the same way that Mortal Kombat 9 was. I remember Mortal Kombat versus DC coming out and getting lots of 7s. Like Mortal Kombat 9 came out and that was getting like, you know, really high praise across the board, and for good reason. It was kind of a return to form for the franchise, and it was also kind of, it had a lot of classic characters, and the new characters they did add were pretty good. And on top of that, they were kind of improving on the crypt system, and they kind of threw out some of the mechanics.
And straight up fucking Grimrock 3 in there.
Oh wait, that, yeah. So yeah, the crypt system in 9 was not anything like that. It was more like a big giant empty room with a bunch of
grid.
It was just a giant empty room with coffins, and you would walk up and you would pick your coffin, and you never really know what you're gonna get.
I got some bad news for you guys.
What?
So I was reading.
Always.
I was reading. Well, hey, it is what it is. I was reading about some about this game. The NeoGAF thread was called "Mortal Kombat X is a huge step back." Yada yada yada, and they went into some details about why. And one of them is like, for example, in the crypt, you're no longer unlocking outfits and stuff. It's all music and concept art.
Wait, there's no outfits?
You don't unlock them through the crypt. And crypt has
that
just concept art and music, which is the kind of stuff that no one ever cares about.
That is, I mean, I like unlocking it, but for me, it was always the fun of wondering whether when you unlock a combat item,
you unlock some brutalities or something in the crypt.
Also, that 300 floor challenge tower that was in Mortal Kombat 9 and Injustice, that's not in this game. They have something different and not as
301 floors?
No, it's not even close to 300 floors. Like all those weird little mini game things that you did that were like very strange, like you know, fucking dodge all these Superman lasers, you know,
like
while you're flying around.
Missions?
Like well, Starlab and Mortal Kombat 9 had a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Cabal throwing these things, jump over it. Man, it's stupid, but it's goofy and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That stuff's gone. There are these like shorter towers that have some of like the effects from like kind of like the test your luck style effects, but if that's true, that's a bummer. I gameflied this game because I really liked the single player content of Mortal Kombat 9 and Injustice to an extent, because there's not a lot of fighting games out there that where the developer really cares about the single player stuff. I also heard the story mode is even shorter than it was in Injustice. I really don't. If this is true, if this is the case, then
it probably is.
Then I really hope that NetherRealm stops this trend, because it seems like they're going.
Well, the thing is, I feel like they just played it really safe with this, like almost too safe.
Yeah, it does. It does just kind of seem. Like more...
like I still think 9 is probably the pinnacle of that series, at least modern day Mortal Kombat. Everything about the game I absolutely loved. I love the roster. I love the character designs. I love the maps or the arenas. I love the crypt. It worked fantastic. The thing is, from what I've played, which is not very much of this one, I think I'm not super impressed with the roster, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of iconic characters that I think have been replaced with, obviously these are new characters. They're probably trying to establish new characters, and obviously that's always taking a risk, and everyone's going to say, well, you've only played them a few times, and you haven't had time to sink in, but like, there's just something about a Mortal Kombat. Like when you see a new Mortal Kombat character, you can almost always be like, that character is not going to last. Or that character is not going to be memorable. And I feel like
it seems like they add a bunch of new ones, and like maybe a couple will stick.
Yeah.
And so but I understand them trying to expand their universe.
Sure. And
I don't know the best way to go about
it's
that.
It's always like Mortal Kombat characters has always been like really hit or miss. And the ones that hit, they'll return in more like the next game and whatnot. But I just like, when we started playing it and I looked at the roster and I was like, it looks like first of all the characters seem like they're unlocked, with the exception of the DLC characters, which are pay to play.
Yeah.
Which was kind of disappointing. I was hoping you'd be unlocking more of them. Like straight up, Goro is straight up on the fucking roster and it says,
obnoxious.
Click here to buy. I have the Goro code because I pre-order, but at the same time, it's like, even if they're like, there used to be like, blacked out characters on the roster, and you would see like, ooh, I want to unlock that character. Like, I didn't see any of that shit. Maybe there are secret characters, but they're not immediately like, it's not obvious. There's not that carrot on the stick is not dangling right there.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks.
They're too secret.
Whoever was recording this footage did a lot of jumping before that fatality.
What? Maybe they were excited they were going to get a fatality, so they're jumping up and down.
I will say this, like a lot of the returning characters, I think they did some pretty cool stuff with design-wise. I think Ermac looks really cool. And But then again, they also did some things I'm not so happy about. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just glad Reptile's in it, but he looks kind of weird.
Dude, reptiles look dumb for like ever
Why
now.
did he was just supposed
Ever
to be a
since they
fucking
stopped
ninja.
making him a
He doesn't
ninja.
need to be an actual lizard. I liked it back in the day when he looked like Scorpion with a
okay.
green suit, but then he would pull off his mask and then there was a fucking lizard
Can you
head or
recall
something.
what he looked like in the actual like Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah. When he looked like
Not when he was like in his full lizard like 1990 CG lizard mode.
Oh, that shit.
That ever since that happened,
dude, I thought that was actually pretty cool because he looked like a ninja and then he.
I'm
took
sure it looked cool at the time. Go back and watch it now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Go back and watch.
Never go back and watch
Go
it.
back and watch Mortal
Never.
Kombat Total Annihilation, and you'll
Never go back and
ever
watch
play
it.
a Mortal Kombat
just,
game
just,
again.
just
Don't go
let your memories be good.
That first Mortal Kombat movie is not bad compared to everything that came after it.
I mean,
think.
it's not great.
It's not great, but what video game based movie is great, quote unquote?
Postal.
God, wasn't that a
Uwe
Boll
movie?
Yeah.
why would you bring that up?
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
I don't know. We played it before the show. I mean, it's despite some of the steps back, I think they did some cool stuff here, like the interactive, the interactive things you
The
can grab in the
Injustice
environment and use in
stuff.
the fights.
Yeah,
Wait, what? Injustice stuff? What's
that was in.
That was-
Oh,
yeah,
that was Injustice. I didn't
yeah.
play much Injustice.
Oh,
In fact,
yeah.
everything I played from Injustice, I played here. I think
Yeah,
before the show.
but I do. Oh wait, was that a girl?
No, that was a guy.
Oh, okay. What happens when you do that with a girl? Like, do the
There's
ovaries?
just no nuts.
Oh,
there.
that'd be cool if the ovaries. Like,
But there's still
explode.
like a crunch. Like
We're of course referring to Sonya Blade's.
There's like the pelvic-
nut
no, that's
punch.
Cassie
Yeah,
Cage.
that's
That's
Cassie
I'm
Cage.
sorry, Cassie Cage.
Yeah.
Sure.
See,
Sonya
those are
Blade-
the characters.
Sonya Blade's daughter.
Those
Dude,
are the
you know
characters.
what?
The daughters of
I-
previous characters
I
are not
don't.
gonna slap.
I like Cassie Cage. Like I've used her a little bit. I like her moveset. I think she's a funny character.
She
like
just looks bland.
as far
though.
as okay,
But she has
as far as
bubblegum.
the as far as the new characters go, I like Cassie Cage. Fuck it.
Sure. I mean, she's fun to play. I mean, most of the characters are fun to play. They're fun to mess around with. The moves
Dude,
feel
this
good.
guy too. Like he's got a whole like riding thing going on. Riding, not raiding.
Cassie Cage was cooler when she was called Harley Quinn.
She does look like Harley Quinn.
It does.
Her movesets, she's got some things.
Some of these animations and stuff seem a
You're
little
right. She does
recycled.
use a gun.
Yeah, gun. But how about that? How about that test your luck mode? I
What
like
the
I
hell?
like that one.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a
cool. So
clusterfuck. It's great.
That's the
your
best
luck.
part about it. That's
No, I know,
when it's fun.
But that's like what. That's what it is. Like,
Yeah, but that's why I like it, because I'm not good at fighting games, so it gives me a chance. To
Yeah,
like,
it's just like exploding rockets, 9 different varieties of rockets, and this character's dying the whole match, but this character's regenerating health the whole match, and like, it's fun, but
I think it's fun. I think it'd be more fun with alcohol involved.
of course.
I can see myself going back and playing that when I'm trying to entertain guests.
Yeah, that
of the
could be
game. I don't
fun.
know. It's cool. The game. There's not. The thing is, I haven't seen anything here that's like exceptionally new to the franchise.
Yeah, it just seems like more Mortal Kombat. But I mean, what else were they gonna do? I mean, are they gonna put out another Injustice game now? It's just gonna be more Injustice.
Nick, did you buy Mortal Kombat 9 day one?
Yeah.
Then this is your fucking fault.
Mortal Kombat 9
Everyone
did
bought
really
Mortal
well.
Kombat 9,
No,
and
no,
then they're just like,
but-
"Oh, you guys want that? Okay, we'll do that." Like,
Sure. So, I mean, if thanks, Crispy, for
I'm
calling
just
me out.
saying. I'm just saying. When you
I'm
listen
not,
to
the thing
Ed
is,
Boon,
I'm not trying to shit on the game.
No,
I
I
like
know.
the game. I think it's great,
Mm.
but like
I know.
I do think
I
it's
know.
probably not as gonna. It's not gonna be as memorable as 9.
No, I know, but like if you like watch interviews with Ed Boon like leading up to this, and they're all like, "Oh, so what made you decide to go on?" They're just like, the money. There was so much money out of Injustice and Mortal Kombat 9. We're just gonna keep doing that."
A lot of that's on the publisher
And-
side.
Let's be honest, WB Games is like
They're the best.
they're they're getting a little
Long on the
Activision-y. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little EA-y, you know.
The bigger you get, you know.
Oh my god, just saying that makes me really worried about Arkham Knight.
Don't do that to yourself.
There's so many different pre-order exclusives for that
Oh.
game.
Stop pre-ordering games.
Okay. Anyway, I'm
stop
sorry.
it.
I mean Mortal Kombat X. It's cool.
But Nolan, it would be
I
silly
bought
not to
this
pre-order.
game. But
If I want to fucking pre-order a game, I'm gonna pre-order a game.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
don't have
fine.
to justify my decision to do that to anybody.
No, that's fine.
That's not the issue.
But it's like the shit where it's like you don't get like they don't give you costumes in the crypt in Mortal Kombat X because they want you to buy them, or Goro's on the main select screen of Mortal Kombat 10. But
And that
says
is a
pay
is
to
a-
play as Goro.
that is a growing problem, and it hasn't always been
Yeah.
like that or that gratuitous, which sucks.
But it's getting worse year over year.
It is getting worse year over
What
year.
if it was? Oh my god! Like Arkham Knight comes out, and you have to collect Riddler trophies, but some of them are like locked behind cages. That is like you need to earn Riddler coins to open up this cage. You can buy a pack of them right now, or wait 12 hours. Oh fuck my life!
Don't do that.
Don't say fuck your life until it's actually happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hasn't.
Don't
happened
panic.
yet. But what if?
Don't panic.
What if?
Don't panic. Did I ever tell you about the time I peed at the urinal right next to Ed Boon? We rubbed shoulders a little bit.
I think that's one of your proudest stories.
It happened. Yeah.
Is Ed Boon related to Daniel Boone?
Yes,
Probably.
I'm related to Daniel Boone.
What? Come
What?
on.
Tell
No,
me
I
this
am.
story.
No, it's just he's my great insert X amount of greats uncle. I don't know how many greats it is, but yeah.
Is this why you hate Mexican people?
I don't hate Mexican people.
That's a joke. No one loves
He,
Mexican
he
people.
always remembered the Alamo.
Oh my
Well,
god.
that's I guess so.
Hey,
Yeah.
there was some game, Nolan, that you put on the list this
Mhm.
week. I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Aru's Awakening?
Yeah.
It's free on PlayStation Plus right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So how
Yeah.
naked are the girls in that game?
Wait,
There,
did
there are no naked girls
I
in
was,
that game.
I was like, I'm gonna research this, and I like looked up a screenshot. I was waiting for boobs. No boobs came.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll play more games with boobs.
Sure.
I'll
Aru's
I'll
Awakening?
play games with boobs for y'all.
What is,
I'll
what is
take
this
the
game
hit.
you did play?
Aru's Awakening is a 2D platformer. I don't want to call it Metroidvania. That was kind of when I first saw stuff. That's kind of what I thought. But it's all like level based, and it's interesting. So first off, the first thing I noticed when I played it last night is the interface is horrible. It's got one of those things where it's like you don't know what's selected. You're
Dude,
not exactly
the art in this game. When I first saw it, I was like, "This looks like the cover of a metal album, like a black metal album or something, like
Yeah.
something crazy."
And
No, I was just like
Okay.
I saw
So-
I saw that art
yeah.
right there, and I was like,
Yeah,
"That
so
looks like your
this
cover
is the one
of
that's
a."
like hand drawn the whole.
yeah, so you're kind of in like
Oh.
almost hell-looking areas,
What?
and so you play this creature. Lava apparently does nothing to you.
You're a lava creature.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it's supposed to hurt you. I'm pretty sure.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, so your
What
two,
the fuck?
Yeah, your two main abilities are you have a dash attack when you're in the air, and then you shoot out an orb, and then while that orb is out, you can press a button and warp to where the orb is.
Oh, that
So
reminds me
those-
of another mechanic in another game. Fuck, what was it? Which game was it?
That looks like it
Axiom
hurt
Verge?
you.
No.
Yeah, but
There's
once
something
I
like
sunk
that
to
in
the very
Axiom
bottom.
Verge.
But anyway, so it's the controls are really weird though, and that's
Velocity 2X.
oh, Velocity 2X, yeah. So the problem I have is with the controls, and I think it's just getting used to them. So what do you think you would do to jump?
X?
Hey,
Yeah,
Press up.
L1.
Really?
L1 is jump.
That is weird.
That sounds
Yeah.
like some Brink shit.
well,
So-
it's because are you constantly aiming with the right
Yes,
stick?
the
That's
thing
why.
is you have to constantly aim with the right analog stick.
Yeah.
So yeah, you constantly.
I would have maybe
Alright,
done
so yeah,
R1,
you
but-
can't use the face buttons that have so far have not gotten used at all. So R1 is the shoot out your orb, and R2 is warp to the orb. And so it's just really. It took me a long fucking time before I got used to those controls. Like I was almost ready to put the game down.
Fucking time. So you have been playing this a while.
About an hour. About an hour.
Oh
So
my
the thing
God.
is, it seems like the game wants to be like it's based for speedrunners because at the end of every level, you get a time like, oh, you beat it in this amount of time. That's silver. That's gold. Like I don't understand why that's there really. The controls are a little weird. I don't particularly see a whole lot of people speed running this game. But the shooting of the orb is a cool mechanic. It's also your only attack. When you warp to an enemy, if you're inside the enemy, when you warp the ball on the enemy,
It'll
when you warp
explode?
there, you'll kill them.
Cool.
So that's your only real like attack. I don't think the actual dash attack does that. Yeah, exactly. And it's a whole lot of puzzly kind of rooms where you're
God, the art style in this game is
Oh,
weird.
you're dead.
Yeah, it's a lot of like you're in a room like the yellow light kills you for some reason.
This game is the yellow light kills you.
So-
This whole game is yellow.
Yeah, well you see like a beam of light. What's up,
So
Crispy?
those like 3 dots up there, that's your save point?
Yeah, that's a save point. You hit checkpoints every once in a while, and I was having trouble because you can control how, like if you just tap R1, you'll shoot the orb out really far, but if you hold it down, you'll shoot it out like at a lower velocity. And so it was kind of a while before I understood how that worked exactly. But I don't know. It seems a little.
You gonna keep playing this Nolan?
I don't know. It seems a little rough around the edges. It's definitely an indie game.
Yeah, I saw it didn't get great reviews.
Yeah, I've only played like maybe I don't know 10 levels
Kill
or
that
something.
fucking bee.
I didn't even care.
Oh,
like
look out.
like it wasn't
Oh,
even that
you're
big
done.
of a deal. Yeah, I didn't realize that thing was gonna come down. It wasn't even hurting me that much. Like it was more of a nuisance than like any kind of like threat.
Kill
And that's
bees.
a lot. I think they kind of designed it that way because they designed it to be like so you could speed run it. So most of the enemies you can just kind of avoid.
That
Most of the
fucking
enemies
ball
aren't
is
really
so
enemies,
annoying.
they just
It's
kinda
annoying
sit
as
there.
shit out of me.
Right?
So you're really just running through this environment, killing the life.
Stop bouncing!
Yeah, you're literally just kind of running from point A to point B, hitting checkpoints along the way.
Killing all the wildlife who's just minding its own damn business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it deserved it. But yeah, I don't know. Like I definitely don't love the game. I'll try and play it a little more.
I'll try.
It was.
I'll
I mean,
try so
it
hard.
was free on PlayStation Plus, so it's not like I paid anything.
What else is free this month besides this?
Never Alone?
Yeah,
no,
Never-
Tower of Gun.
Never Alone
Both.
and Tower
And
of
Tower of
Guns.
Guns. No, it's one of
So
them.
this puzzle took me forever to actually complete because
You keep saying forever. You should play this game for an hour. No.
well compared to
Took
how
me like 8 minutes.
well,
You just finished talking about how
dude,
you spent 80 hours
oh wait, not this
playing.
puzzle. It's the next one.
You spent 80 hours playing Bloodborne. You're like, this puzzle took me forever.
Well, it's one
I
of those
played it
things
for an
where it's
hour.
like this isn't fucking a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I get stuck on a puzzle and a scapegoat, it's actually kind of fun. Like this, when I'm stuck somewhere, it's more frustrating than anything.
This is one of those games where you get stuck for like 5 minutes and it feels like forever.
It does, just because it's kind
It seems
of.
like a cool idea, but that I think the ball moves too fast and bounces around.
And
too
so that's the
quick.
thing. So once, like I was saying, you can control the speed of the ball. You can make
Wow.
it come out slower.
It feels like a platformer meets like a pinball machine.
Kind of, yeah, and I think that's just where I'm having a hard time kind of wrapping my mind around the shooting an orb while jumping around, and it's like because the orb, the way your analog stick, your right analog stick is facing that arrow, that's not only which direction you shoot the orb, it's also which direction you dash.
Yeah.
When you do that dash attack, you can only do the dash in air, which I was having trouble with later in the game because I got stuck. I kept dying because I didn't realize I was on the ground or I wasn't off the ground long enough before I did my dash.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a weird
You
mechanic
said
thing.
later in the game. The game is an hour and 15 minutes long.
I don't know how long it is.
No,
but-
because you've only played 1 hour.
But if you look at it, it kind of seems like there's 4 sections, and I'm almost done with the second section. I don't know.
wow.
I don't know if you're gonna go somewhere else afterwards.
I feel like we've talked about this game forever.
Indie games are short. I mean,
yeah,
Titan Souls.
and they are. But I mean, also a lot of the times.
Hey, is that confirmed to be short?
What?
I haven't. I saw the reviews come out today.
What,
I haven't-
short?
Titan Souls.
Yeah,
Are you sure, Brad? Did you read it?
I did read some reviews. Yes,
What did they say?
so the game is pretty short.
See, I was trying to kill this guy,
Did you
but I was
go,
having
did you
trouble
go to
doing
NeoGaf and people are like, man, this game's fucking short. And you're like, I knew it.
it. Called it.
Well, there is a thing called a review thread, which compiles a bunch of reviews of the game. So yeah, I did read some reviews.
But the
I read the cliff notes.
The thing is, I'm fine with games being short if it's quality. I mean, like,
Dude, I'm fucking
like
excited
Limbo.
Titan Souls
Limbo
seems
was
cool.
short
I'm
as hell,
excited
but
as
that
shit
was
to
a
play
good
Titan
game.
Souls. I don't care if it's short.
Yeah,
I don't even care.
I agree. It
I don't
looks
even
cool.
care. All right. Well, thank you, Nolan.
Yep.
I didn't expect this game.
That's Aru's Awakening.
Aru's
Put
Awakening.
me
know-
right to sleep.
I was going to play a new game to talk about because I knew we weren't going to have much to talk about.
That's why I played this.
I know.
Ask Ed. We were playing like Bloodborne last night, and I was like, "Fuck!" I said I was gonna play Aru's Awakening. I guess I'll play it.
That's when you played your hour, huh?
Yep.
I gameflied Etrian Mystery Dungeon,
I saw that. Yeah.
and I played for like an hour. But I was gonna play like kind of all day leading up to this, but I wasn't really feeling it. it's like a roguelike where you kind of move one space, then everything else moves, but you have like a party, and it's hard to guess like where they're going to be standing and attacking. And it was just
You don't control the party?
you only control one of the characters, and the other characters kind of like move around with you. It's those are such like precise, tough games that I was getting a little frustrated, and it's not that I think it's bad or that I wouldn't figure it out. It's more just, I have Majora's and Codename Steam, and I already don't have enough time for handhelds. So that's why I didn't play more of it, and I'll probably send it back.
I played some more System Shock, but I would.
Not much more to say. You enjoying it?
Yeah, the game's. Am I anywhere near the end of that game?
Probably not. Probably not.
You want it to be over, Nick?
I mean, it's more not that I want the game to be over. It's more that I'm juggling like 6 different games at a time. I just want one of them to end.
Are you enjoying the story?
Yeah, it's great.
No, I feel you. I'm playing
I still haven't
3
finished the Talos
really
Principle.
big games. Like Axiom Verge is a lot more massive than I expected. Like I'm 16 hours into that game, and I'm still like at 75% map completion, or not even. So I don't know. And then I'm like, 45 hours into Pillars, and 35 hours into Bloodborne. It's just.
God
So-
damn.
So
been much.
going back to Bloodborne, I just remembered another frustrating thing I've been having. You die, you leave your soul stain, you go back to get it. At least 3 or 4 times now, my soul stain's not been
It happened
there.
to me too, yeah.
But
I
I've
just
lo-
lost
I've-
like a whole bunch of
I've
souls.
lost probably close to 200,000. Like I was in the Chalice dungeon. I was doing the boss of that Chalice dungeon. I died, went back, souls were gone. Souls always drop a soul stain in boss rooms. It was the fight with Rom is one in a Chalice dungeon. I killed off all of like the little minions, and then I just wandered around the room, ignoring Rom, and just wandered around the room for like 10 minutes trying to find my soul stain. It wasn't there.
How did y'all do that? Y'all killed his minions?
No.
Okay.
No,
'Cause that seems impossible to do.
not in
No,
the
like
main
I
game.
did.
Not in the main game because the area is so big. But in the Chalice dungeon, you're in like a tiny confined room.
Dude, I
I don't
couldn't
wanna fight
deal
that
with it. If
asshole
I
again.
didn't take care of the fucking minions, like they just those jumping attacks they did were fucking me up. So like the 3rd time I went and did that fight, I spent a lot of time just killing spiders.
Yeah, minions.
I don't want to fight that asshole
Minion.
again.
Oh, we're not allowed to say spiders.
I just didn't want to say.
Technically,
what
they
were.
have 4 legs, so they're not really spiders. So I don't know what you call them.
Good point, Crispy.
Things.
And with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about some news, and do community, or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
We can
Yeah.
do community.
I have to pee,
Yeah.
so
Me
let's
too.
do that.
Hey, you want to share?
Don't cross streams.
No.
I'll just pee in the tub.
Holy God, Brad!
We're still recording. What a dick.
Jesus Christ! If that had been the one to rip this,
He's peeing
Brad.
all over the floor.
he didn't even wait till he got to the
He's
bathroom. He
marking
just
his
peed on the
territory.
way.
Speaking of lame, did y'all hear the news?
No. Is this it? Are we done? We're back.
This is it. This is the podcast.
It's over? Wow. That's it.
All right, go ahead.
So, I
this
read
is the
a-
second segment where I was going to bring up Patreon at the beginning, but I didn't. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. No, it's okay.
No, yeah. Fuck our patrons, apparently.
Yeah,
Thanks, Brad.
yeah. Wait, no. He's the one choosing not to bring it up.
No, it's just we keep. Never mind. Just go.
Okay, hey, I read this tell-all on Kotaku where a few people from Darkside Studios, the guys who were working on the Phantom Dust reboot, anonymously kind of explained what the fuck happened. Because ever since they announced this game, no one would just straight up like explain what the fuck it was, who was working on it, is it a reboot, is it a remake, how much of the content from the original game is going to be in it, is any of it going to be in it? Well, there's a reason for that. And there's a little bit of a story that happened, and let me try to sum it up real quick. Remember that CG trailer we saw at E3? Darkside Studios, who was tasked for doing this online only, like basically a multiplayer reboot of Phantom Dust. You know, they came up with this idea. Microsoft said fine. Their budget was $5 million, which is not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
To do this multiplayer only reboot.
Yeah.
They didn't make that CG trailer. They didn't even know it existed. They didn't even know they were going to be at E3. Like, it was going to be shown at E3. Somebody else at Microsoft made that CG trailer.
Well, that in and of itself is not so weird. That
It's not so weird.
Made the trailer,
except
but that
except
they didn't
the
know anything about it.
They didn't know
is
anything
kind of
about it.
really
And the
good.
dark and the guys at Darkside were like, well, I guess this is
the art style.
this is the
we're
art
doing.
style we're gonna have to use.
Yeah.
They don't
Even
have
though-
to use
even
it.
though
can
they-
still change the art style.
Even though they had all their own concept art and stuff, you know, but that sucks. That's just kind of a sign of this relationship.
Yeah.
But then Microsoft started to, you know, like via interviews and whatnot, started like overpromising for this game. This goes back to the confusion of what the fuck this game was. Referenced in this article
they started
was
Molyneuxing it.
yeah, well, kind of. Referenced in this article was this Ken Lobb interview on a podcast, which I listened to that podcast. I listened to it months ago. Where he talks about Phantom Dust, and he says how, you know, this new one is going to have this 30-hour RPG campaign, you know, from the original, and Darkseid's like, what? And like someone at Microsoft was like, yeah, he does that, sorry.
Oops.
Yeah. So like basically
What the
Microsoft
fuck?
was raising expectations for what this project was going to be, but Darkseid was like, okay, well, we need more
than
money.
$5 million.
We need more than $5 million. And they showed off the game like early or late last year, and Microsoft, well, this looks good. And they were like, well, we need like a couple more $1 million. And they were like, okay. And then a week later, Microsoft was like, sorry guys, no. And they
No,
and they
I think we read the same article, but they were
Yeah.
like, they went to Redmond, California,
Yeah.
to Microsoft headquarters, spent a weekend there, like
Yeah.
in meetings with them, saying we need at least they gave him $5 million. They're like, we need at least $8 million to do this, and they were just like, no. The whole weekend, they're just like, no, it's $5 million. And then they get back to Florida, where Darkside Studios is, on Monday. By like Wednesday, Microsoft called them and was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're canceling the project."
Yeah. So they canceled this project. The studio ended up getting, you know, shut down because of it. Which, you know, hey, that happens. The thing is, this studio, they've helped out with some pretty big projects before. You know, like you know, they're responsible for like working on the multiplayer and like, you know, a couple Borderlands games, Gears of War Judgment, stuff like that.
They did the multiplayer for Spec Ops, and I think they also
Yeah.
did Deadfall Adventures was one of theirs.
That's the thing. They were kind of this multiplayer developer, so it makes sense that they were making this multiplayer only reboot of Phantom Dust. But they got shut down, and here's the thing that pisses me off. Microsoft is like afterwards, after it was announced that their ties were severed, Microsoft says, "Oh, the project still exists." Which is complete fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
Because, and the guys from Darkside were like, I don't even understand that. We asked for like $2 more million in our budget, and they said no and shut us down. Like, who are they going to go to and find that's going to like continue this project for no more money? Like, after they've already shut down everything that we worked on, like it doesn't make any sense. The reality is, Microsoft didn't want to say it was canceled. They're just going to quietly cancel it down the line once we've all forgotten about it, which is going to happen because, hey, it's Phantom Dust.
Yeah.
And, you know, Microsoft can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Because and I'm not saying it's frustrating because, hey, something got canceled. Games get canceled all the time. But here's the other thing.
How it
At the
happened.
end of last year, the guy who was like at Microsoft, the executive at Microsoft, who was gung-ho about this project, who was kind of the one leading the charge, he left Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's how this game got canceled. This shit happens all the time. The thing is, like, this game wasn't this big seller. This game didn't even have a big following. It was a very tiny niche community that really loved the hell out of this game. And it was a shock that this thing ever even got announced. But it did, and now like it crushed my dreams when this should have never happened in the first place.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. All this shit about Phil Spencer, you know, saying, "Hey, you just tell us what you want, man. Just tell us what you want. You know, we're going to do it, man. We're going to do it." Like, don't fuck this guy, because everyone was excited about D4, and then like they did nothing to announce that game, to the point where Swery was like, you know, having to do his own promotion on Twitter because Microsoft didn't do any of it, and that was supposed to be an episodic thing. No, there's no way it's going to happen because Microsoft doesn't care anymore. This whole like, oh, Conquer is back thing. the fucking like joke Project Spark bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't even think they promoted the original game that much less this fucking like junk ass DLC crap. And I just don't buy it.
Best case scenario, they shop it out to like 343 and it's broken.
I mean, it's just not gonna happen.
It's not gonna.
It's just not gonna happen. It's frustrating as shit. You know,
That was-
you know,
that was
Dark
a
Side
really
Studios
big-
originally wanted to do a Battletoads game, and and Microsoft was like, no. And what happened? Like, you got Battletoads DLC and Shovel Knight. Is that all the Battletoads we're gonna get? Microsoft.
Oh, there was a Battletoads suit for Kinect Sports Adventure.
Oh,
What the
okay.
fuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
there
Phil
was-
Harrison,
That's
you're really
ridiculous.
bringing it.
Oh man, this is sad.
That was a pretty big reason why I wanted to get an Xbox One. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
and me both, brother.
and it's fucking gone.
You can still look forward to Crackdown.
Scalebound.
You can still
I
look forward to
guess.
Scalebound.
We'll see. Whatever the fuck that is.
I don't know. Well, now that man, way to start on a high note, Brad.
There's nowhere to go.
I've already
but up.
talked about Bloodborne hitting 1 million. That's cool.
Oh, hit 1 million.
It hit 1 million.
1 million, huh?
Sold 1 million.
That's a lot of games.
This would be the shortest overlay we've ever had to put up. It sold 1 million.
It's gone.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
flashing.
flashing.
It's a news flash.
I just wanted to point it out because I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's great to see the franchise come out of the gates really strong, and I'm sure it's doing really great for Sony
Oh, yeah.
because a lot of people are. This is a system seller for a lot of people for PS4.
No, it definitely is.
So
Brolos bought a PS4 for this.
yeah, and didn't Brolos beat the
He
game?
beat the game already.
Yep. I hate myself. I hate myself right now.
Dude,
He-
it's okay.
I mean, he has a little more free time
It's
than you
it's
do.
his
That is
job.
true.
Yeah.
It's his job. That's right. It's his job.
Go through it, Nick. What was the last boss you fought?
The Bloodstarved Beast. I haven't played the game in over a week. It's mainly I haven't played any games in over a week.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
Well, I mean, there's pretty much nothing else until The Witcher, right?
Yeah.
Which is what,
Sounds
mid-May?
about right.
except
I
Titan
mean,
Souls.
unless you're gonna play Mortal Kombat.
I mean, Titan Souls isn't going to take 30 hours.
No.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, like I said, I'm playing.
Nothing
I'm juggling
time-consuming, I
like
mean.
I'm
Your-
juggling like 6 other people
your Dark
or
Souls
games.
2 playthrough.
So I would like to play Dark Souls 2, but obviously I'm not going to do that until I get through Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Anyways, Nolan.
The only news topic I really had was I heard about the Rockstar put in this video editing service in GTA on PC, and it's super fucking robust. Like, you can do like some ridiculous stuff. Like, it's as simple as, oh, I just did something really cool, let me record the last few minutes of it.
Yeah.
Or you can actually you can make your own movies.
Yeah.
Like, you can
That's
choose,
gonna be some cool
you
shit.
can choose characters, like even from the game characters, you can choose animals. You can fly around as a bird.
That's cool.
Like, you can do
That
all this stuff and just like
sounds
create your
awesome.
own movies.
It's gonna be some really cool machinima coming
That's
out
what
of that.
that's what I'm looking forward to. I think there's a lot of potential out there. If I had any amount of free time, I would definitely look into like recreating something with using GTA. But I really like that. And it's
Maybe
just,
we should do a community contest so you can create the best short film.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Can you be a shark? There's sharks in that
no.
game.
Fly through the air
I
as
don't
a
think
shark.
so. Oh, maybe, I don't know. They said you can be animals, so maybe, I don't know. Don't quote me.
They should make that engine and everything in it a complete free playground.
Has it even ever been quoted and the quote was "Don't quote me"?
I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure it's
I'm
happened. I'm not.
sure.
It's an original thought on my idea, but I don't think anyone's not had that thought before.
Have you seen that thing where like when GTA 5 went live on PC and people were streaming it, a bunch of people like were flashing their product codes on screen and people were just like stealing them?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fucked. Because like Steam, when you launch the game,
Oh,
puts
it
your
pops up
product
the code, yeah.
and then you have to log into like Rockstar and enter all that in before it'll like download and everything.
So streamers, that was
sucks.
happening in streamers?
Yeah, there was a whole thing on Twitter, like all these people, just like screenshots of like someone streaming on like a Rockstar Social Club screen with the face of just like, like just a fucking.
That's
people just like
the
snagging
problem
their
is
codes.
they're streaming out their screen when they should be streaming out the game.
Yeah.
That's why I very rarely stream out my screen. I stream out the game capture.
Probably a good
Yeah.
good thing to not
Really
be streaming on
shitty.
your screen.
Rockstar
You don't want any
customer
files
support.
coming up that you want people to see.
Getting a lot of comments.
But I was
Also, GTA is also sold over 1 million already.
Yeah.
Just today or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah. On
just
PC?
on
Oh,
PC.
okay. I was
Yeah.
like on PC. I was like, that game's been out for a while.
Yeah, but it's just funny because I saw a bunch of like people like in comment section of it, like, "Oh, when are you gonna bring this to PS4?" And I'm kind of like,
Wait, bring the editor?
"Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like
I
this
mean,
PS4
as cool as that
can't
is,
do
like,
that.
haha, okay.
The PS4 can't do that. That's why it's on
got
PC.
its little share button that records the last 20 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
That's not with PC.
But yeah,
PS4's
I guess
4.
that's another thing is people were freaking out because it came out that if you bought a physical copy of GTA at 7 discs.
Oh,
But
yeah.
honestly, that's to me not a lot with the size of the game. I mean,
Well,
first
it
of all,
is a lot.
They're DVDs.
Yeah.
A DVD can hold like 4 gigs,
Yeah.
unless it's a dual layer, then 8 gigs.
Yeah.
And then the game to download is 65 gigs.
My copy of Baldur's Gate back in the day was 6 discs.
See, that's what I'm saying. Or it was discs or CDs.
CDs.
Yeah, CDs. So honestly, I don't think. And like,
We're releasing GTA 5 on CD.
oh my god,
It's gonna be
Jesus Christ.
120
What is
discs.
a CD? 700 megabytes?
Oh
my god, how many discs would that be? That's ridiculous. Lost Odyssey was on 4 discs, but like, and so I was talking with someone on Twitter about it. There are still plenty of people out there who don't have strong internet connections or don't have an internet connection. Imagine trying to download a 65 gigabyte game at like 1 megabit.
I think they should start just making Blu-ray drives kind of standard on PCs
Well, so that's the
nowadays.
thing. Anybody can go out and buy a Blu-ray drives are cheap.
Yeah.
The software to run the Blu-ray drive never comes with the Blu-ray drive, and those are expensive.
How does disc switching work?
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's not like you drive up north and there's like, enter disc 4.
Oh no, it's not disc switching. It installs it all.
Okay.
You just have to install the game on the disc. You don't actually use the disc.
Because in Baldur's Gate, you go to this area and they're like, put in disc 4.
Oh yeah.
drive through a
It's like
neighborhood.
you're driving around and it's just like, all right, put in disc 9. You take a bad turn and it's like, okay, put in disc 2.
Oh, that was the worst. When games you had the disc switch and you went to an area just for a few seconds
Yeah.
and you had to go back
Yep.
because disc switching was never fast in the
Yep.
past. But yeah,
Very
so yeah,
true.
that's the thing is it's because I was thinking like my dad has internet and my dad's not gonna play GTA, but he has about 1.5 megabits down at his house, which is fine
I
for the
don't-
internet he does. He doesn't really use the internet.
The thing is, I feel like people with like gaming rigs like good enough to run GTA 5.
Mhm.
I'd
Probably
be
won't.
surprised if unless they're living in I guess there are a lot of places where you can't get fast internet.
Yeah, that's the thing. My dad doesn't have internet. The only thing available to him is satellite where he lives.
Fair enough. Yeah, because my parents are the same way. They can only get
Exactly. So I
satellite.
mean, I understand why, and yeah, if it was on a Blu-ray disc, yeah, that'd be actually probably still 2 Blu-ray discs, but because what's a Blu-ray, 50 gigs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have? I mean, I guess they might have dual layer Blu-rays. I don't know if they have that right now. But anyway,
That would be
yeah,
rad.
That was random fact.
Hey, Crispy,
Hey,
what do you got?
let me wait for the graphic to show up.
Because you forgot what your news
Wait a
topic
minute.
was.
Because I don't have my phone. Okay, there we go.
Is disc DISK
So-
or DISC?
DISC.
Some asshat at Microsoft, I don't know, somebody at Microsoft said that Battlefront, the new Star Wars Battlefront game, will be playable first on Xbox One.
Oh.
What does that mean,
even
though?
mean?
What does that even mean,
I don't know. I mean,
I think they mean the
assumption.
beta.
It seems
The
like
assumption
Oh, EA access.
EA Access. That's
Yeah,
what it's
yeah.
gonna be. It's probably
This is
it's
not
probably
making-
gonna be available on EA Access. It's probably not gonna
A
be a
week
time
early.
exclusive.
Yeah, Dragon Age was as well.
Yeah.
But there's also a trailer coming out on
Friday.
Friday.
6 hours of it.
Oh.
So
An actual, maybe like a real trailer.
Maybe more than a Stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah, right. That would be cool. Fucking Microsoft.
Yeah, fuck Microsoft.
Yeah.
They're
Fuck
the
those
worst.
I
guys.
forgot they did that with Dragon Age.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
So, okay.
I don't know why, guys. I don't...
Man, you know, it'd be cool if like the currency you accrued by playing, the multiplayer, which you built up and that lets you play as like a Jedi in battle, was midichlorians. Like your
You said,
midichlorian
like a
count went
little-
up.
Like a
Oh my
little
God.
tube of metachlorians. Like,
Now I could be a Jedi in battle.
like, oh my god, even Master Yoda doesn't have that many metachlorians.
Yeah, Star
Your
Wars
special
sucks.
number's high enough, you get to be a Jedi.
Oh my god.
Fuck that.
All right. Well,
Yeah. By the way, the Phantom Dust developers couldn't get $2 more million, but $3 billion or whatever for Minecraft. Sure.
Well, that's
The kids are buying Minecraft.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Minecraft is really hot right
Okay, but there's a big difference between like $2.5 billion
No, it's
and
Brett,
$2 million.
They had the money
when
to
you're
give
Microsoft.
Them. They had the money to give them $2 million. They have plenty of money on the
God
side. They just
damn it.
didn't want to.
You know why? Because they got their fucking goodwill back.
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
no one hates Microsoft just on principle anymore.
We need to start a White
Xbox,
House.
I mean.
We need to start a White House petition for Phantom.
We need to
Dust.
start hating Xbox again. What's his face that got fired from
Steve-
Zynga?
Oh.
Don Matrick.
Yeah,
Don
Don
Matrick.
Matrick.
God, that guy is just bouncing
Bring
around.
back Don Matrick now, so we can start hating Xbox, and then maybe they'll bring back Phantom Dust.
Yeah, that could be
Oh
possible.
my god. That guy is... What the...
I still remember when Zynga was recruiting at UT, and I talked to them, and I had thought about applying, and I was like, because like they're like, oh, their company does this, and we have a hairstylist out facility, and we have a person that will help you like get a new wardrobe. They have all these things, and then like a year later, like Zynga fired like 2,000 employees. Like,
That's how it works.
Wait a second. We don't need any of this stuff.
The mobile
They're
bubble.
still in that startup honeymoon phase.
yeah, they were spending all
They're
their money.
like,
and
oh,
then
we just get
realized
drunk all
we
day
can't-
on Fridays.
We can't
Woo!
sustain this. Yeah.
All right. Let's do community. We're rolling.
Oh,
We're rolling
is
through
it
this.
time for community?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Hey, well,
I
while
wasn't
you're
even-
doing that, while you're bringing that up,
community.
Nolan, I meant to bring this up in the last two segments at the beginning, but I didn't. Patreon. We're
What's a Patreon?
Oh god, that's gonna be a new thing.
Some kind of.
I don't think he's gonna make any money doing that.
Oh my god, what is happening right
You
now?
think? I mean, there's a lot of podcasts. A lot of
Those
shows like
games
us
were
on
deep.
there.
Oh my god, guys.
We're fine.
Well, are we
Run
done?
the video, Chris.
Are we done quoting our own video?
That's a good video, Nick.
It is a good video. I'm pretty proud of it.
My game, boy.
We're doing well on Patreon. We're up to about 870
874 is what I saw earlier today.
$874
That's
a month.
$26 away from our next milestone.
We are $26 away.
Oh my
from-
God! Someone make it happen.
Okay. We announced a new.
Wait, I'm excited about the new podcast. Sorry.
Did you listen to it? No. Well, actually, you shouldn't.
The
Well,
pop
we all
podcast?
spoiled Daredevil stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
gotta
one
watch
of-
the first episode
So,
and then start listening.
We announced a new Patreon milestone this past weekend. When we hit $1,000, which we're only $126 away from that milestone. We're going to be launching this as kind of like a regular side podcast that we do where we go together to watch movies or TV shows or whatever, and then we talk about it.
You know what sucks about these milestones is that they're things that we get really excited about, and then we just have to wait.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the money.
Yeah.
We've gotten like one Patreon check so far.
No, two.
We just our taxes are rough.
Hey, the taxes aren't rough on. Never mind. We're talking about this off the show.
Okay, sorry.
God damn it, Brad. What I was trying to say is that when we hit 1,000, we're gonna start doing this podcast series on the regular. We're gonna be doing it. It's gonna kind of mostly coincide with major movie releases or
Yeah.
TV shows or whatnot. We did a pilot episode this past weekend.
Yep.
And it's available to everybody. It's on
Everybody.
4Player. It's on 4playernetwork.com. It's on Patreon.com.
I have a question. If we don't hit the popcorn cast, do we still watch Avengers together and record something?
Sure.
We just don't let anyone
But-
listen to it.
Yeah,
Okay. 'Cause that was
we're
kind
the
of
only ones who
exciting.
can listen to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll record it, but we won't release it until.
Yeah,
until-
fuck you guys. The year 2018. Oh, that Avengers podcast is finally out. No.
Anyways, so we recorded a pilot episode this past weekend. Me, Nolan, and Crispy.
Mm-hmm.
We had a slumber party on Friday night.
Yep.
We watched the entirety of the first season of Daredevil.
Yep.
And
Okay.
and not only did we record the pilot, we did it as a companion podcast. So we recorded about a 10 to 15 minute discussion after every episode
Every
in the season.
single
All 13 episodes.
episode.
It's broken into 3 sections, 3 parts. That's a lot of It was about 3 hours worth of podcasting alone.
We got pretty deep, up to our elbows.
Up to our elbows in some Daredevil. So we would encourage you, especially if you're looking forward to watching the show and you haven't, download the podcast and listen to each section after each episode. It's fun, and not every episode that we do will be like that necessarily, but it seemed like a cool fit and a good way to record a pilot episode. So
Totally.
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yep.
So anyways, just want to give you an update on that. Nolan,
What's up?
I think it's time for the community.
Woo! All right. Speaking of Patreon, we'd like to thank our patrons. Still trying to catch up, guys. We're a little bit behind, but we're getting there. So I'm going to thank 10 more people today.
10 more folks.
So we have Nathan M, Kit L, Zayad.
Zayad.
Yep. Undoing Ruin, Miguel R, Piosht, Thomas Thomas D, Matthew D, Judd.
Nelson. Sorry.
Chris
It's actually it says
From Kincaid, West
it
Virginia.
says Judd E ampersand period semicolon. It's an interesting name. And Scott M. So
Thank you guys.
Those are our 10 patrons for the week.
If that last part confused you, we are, the most basic reward tier on our Patreon campaigns, but personal thank
Personal
you.
thank yous.
Personal shout out on the podcast. We are still playing catch up from obviously the first
very
month-
front loaded.
very front-loaded Patreon campaign, of course. So we had a lot of people right up front. As soon as we catch up, it'll be a lot easier. Just rattle off a couple every week. So
Yep.
But until then, we're doing 10 a week until we catch up. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
We do.
We do. We really do.
It's all thanks to you, which is why we thank you. So, moving on. Also, every week, if you are a patron, you have the opportunity to ask us a question. Nick every week posts
Every Sunday.
a thread in our activity feed on Patreon where you can go in and ask us a question.
You can ask us anything, guys. It doesn't even have to be video game related.
Literally whatever you want.
Anything.
It can be anything.
We might not answer it, but you can ask.
I mean,
How much do your balls weigh? I don't know.
I don't
How do
even
you
know the answer.
How do you weigh them?
That's a good
Do you
question.
have a scale? I'm not saying we have to do it in here.
All right.
We can weigh
so-
you before and after I rip your balls off.
Well, if you ripped his balls off, just put the balls on the scale.
Yeah, then
Yeah, you're doing this all right.
Yeah, he's adding math to this problem.
Come on.
All right, so
that was awesome.
our
That
first
also
question
doesn't
this
account
week
for the
comes
blood
from
loss.
Kit 1984.
All right.
Have
wait.
you gu-
I think Kit. We just thanked Kit.
We did.
yeah,
We did
it was
just
probably
mention
the
it.
same Kit.
So we can't
It is.
ever
This is
talk
the
about
Kit
him again.
podcast.
Yeah,
I can confirm.
the Kit
Kiss everywhere.
I'm going to call it the Balls on a Scale show.
Have you guys considered doing console themed nights similar to the 400th podcast, but focused around a console from the past? For instance, an SNES themed evening or a Mega Drive themed evening. Who the fuck has a Mega Drive? You guys could play some of the best games that came out in that particular console and express your thoughts, good or bad. I think it would make for a fun, interesting trip down memory lane.
You know what? That would be
That'd
a
be
really
cool.
cool
Good
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to rule it out.
And we're gonna start
Have we
with
thought
Mega
about that
Drive.
idea specifically? Yes, we thought of it before you. It was our idea.
Well, we used to do
Just
like
kidding.
themed weeks
We're
and
not
stuff back in the day.
obligated
We
to
did
give
some.
you any
And-
credit.
And the
but thank you.
1996 month was kind of similar to that. We only played games from that year. But yeah, well, I don't think we've ever for a single night's focus on a specific console.
But you know what? I'm going to go ahead
I mean,
and file
tonight
that.
we just played PS4 games.
That's true.
So
I will go ahead and file that in the idea bank. There, that was the sound of it going into my idea bank.
We'll have a virtual boy night and play 2 games.
Oh my god. All right, next question is from Sunny H. This question may be a little personal.
Oh God.
Yes.
And maybe something you guys might not want to
Did
answer.
you read this ahead of time?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's open up.
I think
Are
there was-
you into incest? No. Since nothing lasts forever, having responsibilities, children, or death, what other podcasts do you guys listen to? And what are they about?
No, we can't let them know about our competitors.
And how can I get into other podcasts? No. Most of them claim to be about video games. This is kind of funny just because of the beginning of the show. Most of them claim to be about video games, but they only talk about them for a few minutes and then rant about their personal lives and other garbage. I don't care about the next 2.5 hours. For the next 2.5
I
hours.
talked about Disney World.
I'm
at the
not
beginning of-
saying that I don't love your garbage. You had me at "Listen, you stupid," or close to it.
I think that happened.
that was
yeah.
a Brad quote.
Yeah,
probably.
that's definitely a Brad quote. Not near the beginning. Apparently, they Googled it and they've been listening since the beginning. Sunny H.
I don't really listen to video game podcasts.
So I can easily answer that. I don't. I don't listen to any other podcast.
Brad and myself.
There was a
Yeah.
short amount of time where when I think I still lived in Houston, or it was when I just moved to Austin. I was going back and forth between Houston and Austin a lot. I listened to a lot of Penny Arcade's D&D podcast because that was actually pretty good. But
Yeah, that was fun.
yeah, I don't listen to podcasts. I listen to audiobooks. That's what I listen to.
I listen to podcasts, although I used to listen to them a lot more. But I'm trying to get back into it. It's one of those things I really enjoy. I just keep forgetting to take my headphones where
See,
when
I
I go places. But I listen to the Bombcast. I used to listen to. I also started listening to. What's it called? God, see, it's been so long since I've listened.
That clearly doesn't even matter.
Well, then you
4-player podcast.
I listen
No.
to like over a dozen gaming and other kinds of podcasts.
Yeah, I don't listen
actually.
to as many different ones as
Because I listen to stuff all day instead of music because podcasts pass the time.
So that's a problem.
DLC. I started listening to DLC recently.
Well, that's something you buy, Nick. The problem with me and my work is I'm dealing with like typing and words and like stuff like that, you know. And so
Yeah.
I can't listen to words while I'm
'Cause I
doing
start
that.
typing when I'm
Exactly. I can only listen to music.
I listen to podcasts, but I don't listen to any other video game ones. I listen to.
Star Talk.
I do listen to Star Talk. I
I
listen
listen to a little bit of Star
to
Talk.
Planet Money. I used to listen to This American Life a lot more. I used to listen to Doug Loves Movies a lot, and not as much on that one anymore. And then Getting Doug with High. I don't listen to that as much anymore either. But yeah, just like other stupid shit.
Chris Davis says, "Wait, don't tell me" is a great
Wait,
podcast.
don't
I
tell me.
listen.
pretty good.
I listen to all the podcasts except the one that just won the podcast award. That one sucks.
Right? Fuck those guys.
The one that just won is the Instance. It's a World of Warcraft podcast.
I know. I knew we were gonna lose because somebody told us that they were
Ed
actually
did.
campaigning hard for it, and they're much bigger than us. So
Oh.
what are you gonna do? But you know what? Fuck the podcast awards, because they had this like event. And like weeks ago, it said Dennis Miller's gonna host. I checked the website the other day. It was Chris Jericho hosting. I don't know what happened to Dennis Miller,
Bait
and I don't know why
and
Chris
switch.
Jericho's hosting. Who would even show up to
Dennis
that thing?
Miller, like uber conservative comedian Dennis Miller?
I don't know.
I'm with Ed and with Nolan.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's an actual event, because who would go to this thing? Did they just con Chris Jericho into this?
Maybe. All right, and final question for the evening from Piost.
Piost.
What is your favorite video game controller? And by that, I mean input device for a video game. I will accept Guitar Hero controller if you so choose. Honestly, for me, it probably is like the 360 controller.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the ones. I mean, the DualShock 4 has definitely been growing on me.
D-pad though, the D-pad on the
So yeah,
360
the
controller.
D-pad is the worst thing about the 360 controller, and the DualShock 4 has been growing on me. But I think it's just like, it's a good size. It fits well in your hands. The way their buttons are, like Nintendo kind of tried to copy it, but they switched around the analog stick and the face buttons, but it doesn't work out the same.
Hound in chat, just real quick. Hound in chat says Chris Jericho actually has a podcast and it's not bad.
Wait, and he also has a signature move called the Walls, as in like the Walls of Jericho. That's low hanging fruit. Come on,
Yeah.
lazy.
Hey, we are all about low hanging fruit in this
Oh,
podcast.
yes.
Okay,
Love
We pick the low hanging fruit
Uh,
at least once or twice a week.
You know what? 360 controller is great, but dude, that PS4 controller.
Yeah, I
love
really
that thing.
enjoy it.
I'm really enjoying
they're
the
both
PS4
good.
controllers.
But
too.
I
Best
noticed when I'm
controller-
playing Bloodborne
N64.
that I find myself slipping off the sticks
Really?
more than other controllers with the PS4 controller sticks. You know what I'm talking about?
You got the rot.
So
You got the rubber rot.
So,
No, it's not that. I'm saying like when you're playing a tense game like Bloodborne and there's moisture,
yeah.
like you tend to slip off those sticks more than other sticks.
So
feel like.
I do have the rubber rot on mine. Mine are the original DualShock 4s. I have two. And so the problem is there's a mini game in GTA. It's the arm wrestling one where you literally have to like shake the analog
I
sticks
would
back
play
and
it.
forth. After one of those video games, I like fucked one of my analog sticks.
I am still using the DualShock controller that I've had that I bought with my system on launch night.
Oh.
Cross my fingers.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Well, just don't do anything
Nothing
too
yet.
crazy with it.
I
will
like the
say
original PS2.
my biggest issue with the DualShock 4 is that fucking light bar is so obnoxious. Yeah,
really
I
bright.
even dimmed it all the way down, but it's still so
Get
bright.
some electrical tape.
I like
No,
it. It's the
it's
future.
A, it's bright, and B, it's sucking the fucking battery out of it. The DualShock 4 does not have a good battery life.
It doesn't.
It is kind of shitty. And that's my biggest problem with it. Is just that I'm pretty sure that light plays a big factor.
SNES controller.
I also really like the GameCube controller.
Yeah, this NES controller was good.
I had a PC controller like end of the 90s, early 2000 that came with a demo of Gex, and that was my favorite controller.
Nice.
Did it have? Was it green and scaly?
All right, moving
Not at
on.
all.
Hey, it's April, which means our subscriber of the month is Disruptor 486.
And we're going to be playing his game.
Betrayer. Yeah, I'm actually going to be playing it on Thursday. I forgot to mention that to Brad. I am playing Sinrin Kagura for our community because
And I
I know
have
they
secured
love
a
when I
copy
play
of the
that.
game myself, and I'll be playing it at some point during the month.
But I will be playing a little bit of Betrayer on Thursday.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of excited to play that.
Cool.
And it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show. It's Chatter of the Week! It's the part of the show where we pit two chatters against each other in all-out brawl of how much they can chat, and then we put them in a
look!
Thunderdome-like environment.
Disruptor 486
Hey,
is in
there's
chat
Disruptor.
right now.
We put the two chatters in an environment they can only enter with their favorite video game controller, and they have to duel with the controller.
Like to the death?
Yes.
Dreamcast
Or at least to
controller.
like the broken tooth.
No, the Duke. The original Duke wins that battle. That'll kill a small
Can
child.
you bring in the Steel Battalion controller? Does that count as a controller?
No.
All right. Our first chatter for this week is Mitchell C. A through Z in chat.
A through Z.
Yep. From Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, best controller is yourself.
Connect.
Sorry.
All right.
That was pretty good.
Shameful secret. Even though I'm in my 20s, I didn't get into gaming until the Xbox 360 came out. I've also found it hard to go back to older games from older consoles. So my gaming shameful secret is that even though I love gaming, I haven't played hardly any games that are considered classics.
You should
I'm
be
still trying to
ashamed
go
of
back and
yourself.
play them. I
just
understand where he's
kidding.
coming
I'm
from.
kidding.
Like, it can be hard, especially if you joined in the 360 era. It can be hard to go back and play
Dude,
those
I was
games.
the same way until I started doing this.
If you want to get into classics, I recommend some late era like 2D games.
God, every week.
Like from
I'm sorry.
towards the end of the SNES era or some of the
Yeah,
2D stuff
late era
on the
SNES games are
PlayStation.
probably
Yeah.
the best. If you're trying to get into good classic
Like
old
something like
games.
Super Mario World, that is timeless.
that's-
That
yeah,
is-
that's a
that is
classic
impossible
game.
not to love.
Impossible.
A through Z's greatest gaming achievement. I've spent a ton of time with Rock Band to the point where I am now in the top 5% for guitar. Rock Band
Jesus.
3 is the only game that I still play at least once every week. Never been the best at gaming, so this is something I'm very proud of.
Nice. That game requires some skill.
It does. I don't have that skill. A through Z's top 5 games of all time. Number 5. Just Cause
2. Right?
2. Number 4. Red Dead
Redemption.
Revolver.
Redemption.
Yeah, because that was a PS2 game.
Number 3. Fallout
3
3.
3.
started in the 360 era.
New Vegas.
Oh,
wow,
okay.
okay.
Number 2.
Vegas.
Rock Band.
Which one did you say you played over and over
Rock
again?
Band Blitz.
For
On
the
the
2?
PSP.
On tour. No,
Rock
that was
Band
Guitar
2.
Hero.
3.
Goddamn.
Okay.
And
Fair
his
enough.
number 1 game of all time is The Elder Scrolls.
Well, it's not Morrowind.
Let's go with
'Cause it's 360
yeah,
game.
I'm gonna go with Oblivion.
Yeah, Oblivion.
Skyrim.
You know
Nah.
what? It's Skyrim.
No,
Skyrim-
it's Oblivion. If he has love for like, the 360 like early on, I guess. I don't know.
That's when he got started. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what
Skyrim.
he loves.
It's Skyrim, isn't it?
No, it's Oblivion.
I'm just kidding. It's Skyrim.
Yeah.
He says, I've been a fan of you guys since 2009 and will continue to be. Keep it up, dudes.
Thanks. He must be a lurker. I don't really see. I don't think
through
I've ever
Z.
seen A through Z in chat.
Yeah.
But if you're in chat, cool.
And A through Z is up against Gabriel. Big Baz in chat.
Big Baz. Now that's a name that's been around for a
Big
while.
Bass has submitted before, hasn't he?
I searched through my thing and I couldn't find it.
Big Bass.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
not that
From
big.
Maryland, living in West Palm, Florida. I'm sorry.
Me too.
His shameful secret. Despite its near mythic status in the gaming community and being one of the most definitive gaming series around, I have never
played even a second of a Final Fantasy game. Mostly because I don't like turn-based combat games.
That might be one of the most common shameful secrets
That's
that
a
we
pretty
get.
good reason.
That's
to
a
play
pretty,
Final Fantasy.
but not all Final Fantasies are turn-based combat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't
Especially
are
the more
so
re-
great.
Hey, that's not fair.
Play Crisis Core.
Well, I mean, like 10 isn't turn-based
12 isn't
combat.
turn-based.
10 is.
10 is total. Well,
10 is completely
No, 10
turn-based.
is not turn-based.
10 is active.
You have active time meter, but it's not
But-
No, you
turn-based.
don't. 10
People-
is completely turn-based. There's no.
Oh, I'm
extra
sorry. I
time
was
in
thinking of 12.
it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But even
12
then, like
12 is
anytime
active
a
time
character
battle.
in battle is waiting for a turn and not doing anything, most people tend to say it's turn-based. Like I feel like a lot of people use it interchangeably, even if it's not technically a turn-based
Well,
system.
that is incorrect.
Well, 11 wasn't turn based.
Nope. Well,
That's
that
true.
was also
Oh,
an
some
MMO,
people would
bro.
say
Big
that
Baz's
is
greatest
turn-based.
gaming achievement. During one of my Skyrim playthroughs, me and Lydia successfully took on 10 bandits, 2 ice trolls, and a frost dragon. The fight was quite quick and furious, but in the end we triumphed.
Fast
Although
and
barely
furious.
alive, I was only a level 8 at the time.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I mean, some of my that was Skyrim for me was most fun at the very beginning of the game. Towards the end of the game, it got kind of samey and boring. But like the very beginning of that game was the first dragon fight was
amazing.
crazy in that game. It's just like later on when you realize the dragons are really easy, that's where it kind of gets a little meh. So
Yeah.
I understand where he's coming
But
from.
I loved exploring that
Oh
world
no,
from
yeah,
top
it was
to bottom.
it was definitely a beautiful game.
Is there a Brothers in Arms game on his top 5?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 5 in his top 5 games of all time, Spyro
2.
Ripto's Rage.
Move on to the next
2,
person.
Ripto's Rage.
What?
Number 4, Medal of Honor.
From.
It's Frontline because that was one of his choices that he wanted us to play his month.
That's cheating. But I'm also going to guess Frontline.
Frontline. I'm gonna go with
Airborne.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Y'all are all dumb.
Wait, Airborne?
Yep.
Isn't that one kind of?
Really? Who the fuck likes Airborne?
Big Bass.
Even Chris Davis doesn't like Airborne.
Number
Davis
3, Grand Theft Auto.
San
We,
Andreas.
we live in a post Grand Theft Auto 5 world.
San Andreas.
I mean,
don't know.
I would say that 5 is probably the best Grand Theft Auto game, but we're talking about someone's personal top 5.
Yeah.
I would go with Vice City.
San Andreas.
Brad.
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Damn it.
I said it first.
Number 2, GoldenEye.
007,
64.
GoldenEye 64.
Rogue Agent.
Oh my god, not Reload.
Rogue
Hey, that game is
Agent.
actually not bad, but it definitely doesn't
It's
hold a
not
candle.
on
It
his
does not.
top 5.
Sure.
007. And his number 1 game of all time,
Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30.
Age of Empires.
3?
I say most people's favorite is 2.
Do they number those?
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
2.
2.
The Rise of Rome expansion.
He was
Because
expansion?
I easily played over 1,000 hours of this
An
back
expansion
in
at
the
his number 1
Oh my
spot.
God.
Apparently.
Interesting.
This guy and Brad would get along really well.
He says, I'm only 21, so I'm a bit ignorant of older games at best.
Fair enough.
So, once again, we have
That's
A through Z against Big Baz. A through Z has never played... wait. Oh, he doesn't like classic games, or he can't get into them. He's really good at Rock Band. I like the sneeze that's been slowly building up, but okay, it's
Slow
gone
down.
now. No, I
Bless
know.
you.
It's gone now.
Bless you.
Just Cause 2, Red Dead Redemption, Fallout New Vegas, Rock Band 3, and Skyrim up against Big Baz, who's never played Final Fantasy. He had an awesome Skyrim encounter. And his top 5 games were Spyro 2, Medal of Honor Airborne, San Andreas, GoldenEye, and Age of Empires.
Oh, God.
First guy.
Wow.
Baz, you lose.
You know what? I was going to say A through Z, but the fact that Big Baz just brought all my love of GoldenEye 64 rushing back to my brain makes me want to...
Game doesn't hold up.
Hey, it doesn't... Hey, that is a game that I look back on so fondly, not because you're right, it doesn't hold up. I couldn't go back and play that to save my life right now. But like, if I could go back and play that game again with a different controller, I'd play the shit out of it.
Oh my god, I don't even know.
You gotta pick one.
Do you like collecting gems?
Oh, yeah. Big Baz because Spyro. Just to spite Brad.
So
Just to
I was going to
spite
give it to
Brad.
A through Z. So we have a tie. Again, like last week. Thankfully, I still have a quarter in my pocket.
Can I flip the coin?
This is not an
No.
award for
I have
who's
a
the
coin.
best baby.
You can flip a
Wait,
coin.
never mind. I don't have a coin.
All
Maybe
right.
you're confused.
A through Z is heads. Big Baz is tails.
God
Oh,
damn it!
Did you see
I
it?
didn't.
Okay,
Oh
I'll
my
do it again.
God.
Collusion.
I'll do it again.
Holy God.
Oh, that's a tails.
That's a tails.
That's
so
a
Big
tails.
Baz.
Big Baz wins
is
How
the
come it
winner.
always comes
13
up tails?
pacifiers.
Wait, is it always, was it tails before?
It was tails last.
So
time,
you
too.
saw it.
Oh,
No,
shit.
I mean the
Oh,
last
shit.
podcast. Dickhole.
It's a different quarter from last time.
Wait,
you dick
I got this, Nolan.
We
Big
don't know
Baz,
that.
Big Baz, his award, he wins 13 pacifiers
in his butt.
in his butt.
Because Spyro.
Congratulations, Big Baz. You are the winner. You have won the win.
Hey. Ripto's Rage, man. It's not bad.
It slid off my hand because my hands are so smooth.
Moisturized.
Smooth like a baby's ass.
Remember how we always make Joel feel uncomfortable when we tell him he has soft hands?
Yeah. If you would like
If
the
you ever
chatter
shake
of the
Joel's
week,
hand.
all you have to do
I'll
is
comment
go
on
to
it. I'll try to
fourplayernetwork.com. Nick, go to sleep, goddammit.
God damn it, I turned it off.
For fuck's sake.
Go to fourplayernetwork.com. Right below the top, you'll see a button, a big old thing. It says Chatter of the Week. Click on that, enter in your digits so we can give you a call. And you too could be Chatter of the Week.
He's just kidding. We don't need your phone number. In fact, we don't even want it.
I want it.
Chris
No
Davis
one wants
it.
Anyways, thanks for we'll do that again next week. We always do that. What's happening
Four-player
right
minute,
now?
Nick.
4-player minute. 4-player minute.
Yeah.
It's time. I'm sorry. It's past my bedtime. Did you not hear my alarm?
I
Was that what
heard
that
it.
is?
That's what
I
that
don't.
is.
I don't get why I have to put my phone across the room, and yet you had 2 different alarms go off during the show.
That's true.
It's actually not about the alarms. It's
Dude,
more about
Oh, is that what it is?
Since this podcast has began, I've been like decreasingly losing my number of phones. Like I don't even know where both of mine are now. Like, they're gone.
He started with 2. He's down to 0. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap the show up with a 4-player minute. We are going to say our hype, our sweat, our fuck you, and our thank you of the week. Let's get started with Brad.
Wait, what was that? Scroll back down to chat. I saw underwater swimming. Oh, Spyro 2. Huh, whatever. Jesus Christ. It's a baby game. The reason I call it a baby game is because you look at the year that game came out, and you have had to have been a baby to be playing that and not a lot of the other games. Because they came out in 1998.
Brad, I was a baby when you were like 30.
People who weren't born the same year as Brad suck.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a baby game. It's okay.
It's a good baby
It's okay
game.
to be a baby. There's nothing wrong with being a baby. Just saying. Better than some fucking SpongeBob game or whatever that the other babies were playing. My fuck you for the week.
Hey, weren't you the one who said last week you were really seeing eye to eye with that guy who loved Barbie games?
Yeah.
Baby.
Okay. So my fuck you for the week goes to all.
Can I interrupt Brad real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
When I used to go to my grandmother's house when I was younger, she had a Super Nintendo and she had 2 games. She had Mortal Kombat and she had a Barbie Dream game. And
That's
Mortal Kombat
total opposite end of the spectrum.
gets pretty boring playing by yourself after a while.
No one's about to admit to playing Barbie
So I
games.
played this Barbie game, and this Barbie game was hard as shit. Like, it was so hard. Like, Barbie just had to walk from left to right, but then, like, fucking birds would fly at you, and, like, music notes would hop into you and kill you, and, like, fucking tennis balls would be bouncing around. It made no fucking sense. Why was Barbie in this crazy fucking house? But I don't think I ever got past, like, the 2nd level.
I bet you could do it now if you went back and tried.
Maybe.
Maybe we should have a Barbie night, guys.
We could do a
Let's
Barbie.
do a Barbie night.
That would be interesting.
Oh my good lord. Okay.
There was also a Hello Kitty online game
What?
that came out in, like,
Hello Kitty
2009
Island
or
Adventure?
something.
Yeah, I saw that at
Oh,
PAX
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
World
They were
Rescue.
actually they were giving out free
Me
copies
and some
of it at
friends
PAX.
got together to play it to kind of like troll the. It was so fucking bad. Like
Oh,
I couldn't even try. Like you didn't kill people, you put them to sleep when you like attack. It was
Well,
so
it's-
bad. All right, Brad, what's your 4-player minute? Jesus, hurry
My
up.
fuck you for the week goes.
Jesus Christ.
Rude. My fuck you for the week goes to the feed. Because it's frozen. Okay, no, my fuck you for the week goes to all the reviews who complained about how long the enemy turns were in Codename Steam, because they released a patch that speeds it up by 2 times, at least on the regular 3DS, and it goes too fast. You can't tell what's going on. It was that way for a reason, so you can understand what's going on in battle. Now I never use the speed up. It's too fast. I can't follow it. So.
I thought it was that sometimes at least when I played the demo, it would be the enemy's turn and they would like take a while to kind of figure out what they were doing.
They're not figuring out. It's literally every enemy moving, so you can't. If you don't have a view of the battlefield, you're just gonna be like staring at a wall or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying like the speed up is too fast.
Okay.
I don't use it. My other fuck you goes to Microsoft. See the news segment for why, and fuck you, Phil Harrison, too. Why not? Why not? Maybe you're full of shit. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying maybe. Maybe. My hype is for The Witcher 3. I'm very... Wait, I've been saying Phil Harrison. I mean Phil Spencer.
Phil Harrison's cool.
Phil Harrison was at Microsoft, but I think he left Microsoft. Have I been saying Phil Harrison the whole
you said
podcast?
it once.
Yeah, that's the first time you've said Phil Harrison.
Okay, Phil Spencer. Fuck you, Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
Fuck you too, Phil Harrison. You were at Sony, and then you went to Microsoft, and then you never did good anywhere. Fuck you. No, but just fuck you, Phil Spencer. My hype goes to The Witcher 3 pretty much until it comes out. I think that's the only thing big that's coming out for me anytime soon. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Brad's probably gonna hate that game.
I can't wait. I think I saw a screenshot of why people wanted me to not watch the Witcher 3 trailer.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily a spoiler based on what I know. So
I came across
I'm excited.
a Triss cosplay. Should I have saved that picture for you?
Hey,
He's not Team Triss.
He'd prefer Yennefer.
I would prefer, don't watch your fucking
How
tone.
many people cosplay as Yennefer though?
that just got aggressive, man.
Watch your fucking tone. No, I love Trish. See, people get it all wrong. They think that, like, because I keep talking about Yennefer, that I don't love Trish. Trish is a great fucking character. There's something you probably don't like. You just like
You don't even know.
well,
is
I
what
mean,
he's
you
trying to
don't
say.
like Geralt and Yennefer are like linked by destiny. It's just different. You know what
Brad,
I mean?
you know how you always call me a nerd?
What? No, I never say that to you. When do I say that to you?
I'm pretty sure you say that every once in a while.
That was a cosplay.
Didn't you push him down before the podcast?
Oh, that's
and
from the
yell,
Playboy thing.
There's a Playboy thing?
There's a Playboy thing with all these video
Yeah,
game
they do that
characters.
every year.
Oh, really? I just came across it the other day when I was browsing.
They do like a Women of Gaming every year in Playboy.
But
Hey guys, podcast.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I was podcasting. I was just asking
But
Brad
my
a question.
sweat,
Brad. It's Brad.
is that there are still
Brad,
two-
your 4-player minute's going on for so long.
You've interrupted him like 4 times though, and I did too.
My sweat is that there are still 2 fan translated Witcher books that I have not read. So I have about a month to
also
finish them.
2 Witcher games he has not finished.
Which I will. But yeah. Also, I might read a comic series that I think exists. Which
This fucking guy.
that's when I always feel like things have gone a little too far, but maybe. Well, I mean,
All right, are you done? Are
I'm
you done,
talking
Brad?
about little spin-off side
Brad,
video
Brad, are
game
you done?
comic series. Yeah.
All right, Nick, your 4-player minute.
That was so perfect. All right, my hype. My hype is for Titan Souls. I'm pretty fucking excited to play Titan Souls, but at the same time, I shouldn't feel hyped about anything right now because I am totally overwhelmed. That's my sweat. I'm totally overwhelmed right now. I'm playing like 5 or 6 games, and I've been so busy working on stuff for the site and doing taxes and all this shit that I just haven't had time to play much lately, and that sucks. My fuck you of the week goes to the IRS. Mostly for draining a lot of my time the past couple
Technically,
days.
the IRS isn't the problem. It's actually not the Senate. The Congress is who decides all those rules and regulations.
Fuck
and stuff.
whoever came up with all the rules and regulations for taxes.
Congress. IRS just enforces it.
House of Representatives, is according to Chris.
Is it
Fuck
the
the House of Representatives.
Fuck all of them. You're
And the filibusters and the ragamuffins.
you're
I like the ragamuffins.
You're cutting in really deep into my gaming time, and
The
that's
fucking gerrymanders.
it's really,
Oh,
really
yeah, those are really
cutting into my gaming time, and that's really upsetting me. But my thank you of the week goes to Netflix because god damn, they just made my favorite, probably one of my favorite superhero things ever.
Until you
Daredevil
watch
was
The
awesome.
Flash.
I've been thinking about Daredevil ever since we finished it, and I swear to God, as of last night, I was strongly considering just booting it up and starting it over.
I wonder how many Daredevil dreams
He's
had.
never gonna read a comic.
Where Courtney
but-
Cox just comes and saves him.
It's not that I don't want to, Crispy. You don't understand. It's not that I don't want to. I have tried reading comics before. It just doesn't click.
I can't think
the
of
presentation of the stories. I'm sure are fantastic, but I've tried.
I can't think of Charlie
tried.
Cox without first thinking Courtney Cox. I'm just gonna call him Courtney Cox from now on.
But I'll tell you this: I had a really good time watching Daredevil. I had a
Probably because
blast.
you watched it with us.
Thank you guys for watching with me. Second of all, I feel really bad for watching it so fast because it was over so fast. Now we have to wait like a year
Yep.
or so.
Courtney Cox rhymes with trailer talks.
What? No, it doesn't.
Kind of.
No,
Go
it
watch the latest
That's
trailer
not how
talk.
rhymes
That was
work,
the
Brad.
worst
That's
transition.
not how
That was like
work.
a rap song rhyme.
That's racist. All right, moving on. My 4-player
I'll tell you
minute
this: if there was
starts-
anything that would ever get me to start reading the Daredevil comics, that show would be it.
starts now.
Crispy, do you have some?
God fucking damn it.
Do you have
My,
some?
my hype
Lend me
is
one.
for Betrayer. I'm going to be playing that on Thursday. It's a subscriber of the month's game. I'm pretty excited to play it. Hopefully it doesn't suck. My sweat goes to my 10% low battery. My Aru's Awakening. I don't know how much more of that game. I was really like the developer emailed me about it and they're like, check out this game, and I didn't. And then it was free on PlayStation. I'm like, yeah, it's free. And now I don't know if I even want to play it.
I'm not gonna blame
I'll
you.
give it one more play session and see how I like it. My fuck you goes to Bloodborne, specifically the online networking. Very frustrating. I played through most of the single player. I would say like 99% of it solo. I did a little bit of co-op, but just the chalice dungeons. I really have fun, playing with people, but it takes so long to connect to them. And then my thank you goes to you, the chatters, because you're gonna do me a big favor, and you're gonna do all of us a big favor.
You're going to donate to our Patreon.
No,
Oh.
it doesn't cost you a cent. All you have to do is when something funny happens, post it in the highlight thread, because that helps us out so much.
Yes.
We've even made it simpler for you. What you do is you press ! highlight, and it will come up with a timestamp in the broadcast, which makes it even easier because you can then just go into the forums and be like, hey, this funny thing happened at this timestamp. And then when our highlighters like Beck and Spire and Locked go to make highlights, it makes it much easier and Scrawny makes it
1,000 times
much easier on them. It would be very appreciative if you could start doing that.
Hey, look at that! Look at that, Nightbot.
Yep,
Um,
exactly like that.
all right, that's the end of your 4-player minute.
Yep.
All right, guys, that's another show in the bag. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Did you go, Nick?
I get two 4-player
God
minutes next
damn it,
week.
Brad.
Crispy didn't go.
Oh, somebody didn't go.
Oh wow!
You're like Matt
God
Damon.
damn it!
Eh, fuck it. I don't even have one.
What?
I'm joking.
God damn it!
My
Chris.
hype is for Batman Arkham Knight because Batman Arkham Knight's gonna be good. My sweat is that
You son of a-
fucking
I usually go last.
WB Games is getting all, they like money, I guess. Fuck that. That was my sweat. My thank you for the week goes to nobody. And my fuck you for the week also goes to WB Games because paying money for easy fatalities
That's the worst.
That's kinda
is
ridiculous.
cheapening an already debatably dubious fighting game.
Like what's even the point?
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
I mean, they already have it, so you can literally pause the game and
It's
look
like,
at
do
the.
you want to see fatalities so bad that you're gonna pay money to
It doesn't
execute
make
them easily?
sense,
Watch
because,
watch
like,
videos on YouTube.
The worst part about it is that it comes across almost as like the developer saying, "This is the best thing our game has going for it," and if the people playing it can't access them, they're missing like most of the game. So we're just gonna.
The worst thing about it is these fatalities would totally kill these people, but then they're just back in the next round.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't use my thank you. I'm gonna graciously give it to Chris Davis and say thank you, Chris Davis, for starting a series of Godzilla Let's Plays that I'll probably not
He's playing old
watch
games,
off
though.
of it.
He's playing old games.
Well, you're
So-
not-
But you guys should.
Holy God, I was watching a little bit of his Let's Play for the, what is it, Godzilla Monster of Monsters. Fuck, man. You're going to play all those games? Wow.
Good on you.
That's impressive.
MKX story mode's 3 hours.
All right, that's the show, guys.
That's the show. One last reminder, please, if you're interested in pledging to our Patreon, we'd really appreciate it. Every dollar donated counts. Even if you donate $1, you're helping reach the next Patreon milestone. We are close to opening our store. We're going to be announcing more milestones here soon. But when we hit 1,000, we're going to be launching this new movie/TV series podcast on the side.
Yeah. What's it called, Nick?
It's called the 4Player Popcorn Cast.
Yeah.
And of course, you can go to the website at 4playernetwork.com, or you can go to the Patreon activity feed and download a 3-parter pilot episode where me, Nolan, and Crispy talk about every single episode of Daredevil. In fact, you can watch it with the show as you're watching it.
Very insightful commentary there.
Very insightful. Just watch an episode, listen to our talk. Watch an episode, listen to us talk. It's great. It's great fun. We had a lot of fun recording it, so go check it out. Of course, once we start doing these on the regular, we'll be recording podcasts for things like the Avengers and I don't know, Jurassic World comes out this year, Spectre, whatever comes out,
Yeah.
catches our
Star
attention.
Wars?
Star Wars would be a
Batman,
huge
That's
one.
a thing.
So we'd like to hit that milestone before we start doing that on the regular though. So please check that out. You can visit us at patreon.com/4player. And with that said, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's time for me to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week, same time, same place on
Bye,
4pp.tv.
Good night.
Good night.
Or good morning. Depends on when you're listening to this.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.